Fellow Falcoholics, what is up, folks? Sorry for the slight delay. We just had kickoff here. Thankfully, nothing overly exciting. I think that there may be some flags. So, inauspicious start to our Falcons vs. Steelers preseason week 3 watch party here. You guys know me. I'm Kevin Knight at Falcoholic Kevin, joined by Allen Strk. He is at Allen Strk. We'll have Adnan Ikic popping in here at some point. Allen, first appearance of the preseason of you were on for like the draft stuff, but maybe since then we haven't heard from you too much. How you doing?
Hey, I'm great, man. I usually try to pop up at least for one game in the preseason. Now, listeners, forgive me. I was in Croatia for 2 weeks. I've not watched a single snap from Falcons preseason, so this is like my first real-time action. So if I get anything wrong, don't try to torch me too bad.
Yeah, we're gonna torch you relentlessly. No, nice tackle there by Clark Phillips to open that up. So that's nice to see.
Oh man,
I guess their starters are playing the Steelers. So
yeah, you see picking there. Yeah.
I don't think the Falcons starters are in. So
I'm so intrigued by Phillips. I know a lot of people are. He just seems like a natural football player because he didn't test well, right?
Right. Yeah. I mean, he tested like sort of average-ish, considering his size. So, that's another. Let's see, another nice tackle there. We got who's that? I think that's Natrone Brooks, number 35. The UDFA safety / corner. So nice. Yeah. Nice start here for the Falcons defense, bringing up a third down early in this one. But we can't talk about every play, Alan, because this is not a play-by-play show.
Yeah,
so
we're not.
That was our 2 plays. We got to give it a rest here for a second.
Yeah. You're also a little ahead of me, unfortunately, but it's okay. I do like the fact that Matt Canada, this guy just loves jet sweeps. Like, I don't think there's an offensive coordinator that calls jet sweeps more than him.
Yeah, he's like Dirk Cutter in screens. They're just like a match made in heaven. You just got to get as many of them as you can. So,
everyone loves jet motion, and I do think jet sweeps are cool. But I don't know, watching the Steelers offense is incredibly painful over the past few years. Wow, that was a hell of a play. Is that who Johnson? Is that Johnson or Pickens?
Yeah, Deontay Johnson. Yeah, so going up against who was this here? 36. I apologize. I don't even know who that is. I probably should. I'm gonna look that up. We're gonna get that man's name. Okay. He deserves it. But
I just wonder why the Steelers are playing their starters right now. Like, what type of statement Mike Tomlin is trying to make?
Breon Borders. That's right. Excuse me. It's Breon Borders.
Okay.
So a guy that had looked good against backups, but and then here we go. A nice. What is that? Jalen Warren, maybe. Yeah, talking about too many plays. We got to back off slightly.
Yeah. So, we got the Star Wars shirt tonight, looking very vintage, Kevin.
Yeah.
Represent. Is that like from a particular series or just a casual Star Wars shirt?
No, it's just like a random Star Wars shirt. It's not, nothing too fancy. For the third preseason game, it's not too fancy here. We're just hanging out. So.
Gotcha. for the Bengals game, did you have like a jersey?
I think I thought about it. I think I just put on like my Falcons polo or something like that. So.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, you got the classic red one, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It looks nice.
Oh man, holes are opening up. I just saw 45 right now. I really thought that was Deion Jones.
Yes, that's another LSU linebacker. Yeah, Mike Jones Jr. So they have him
Deion Jones
45. Yeah.
Back in the NFC South.
Yeah, crazy.
I don't know if he's gonna play snaps. He's on a pretty talented defense. I don't know necessarily is he gonna play a whole lot.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's find out. Yeah. Nice tackle there. DeMarco. Oh, once again, star of the preseason, DeMarco Helms getting a nice tackle for loss or tackle right at the line of scrimmage there. Honestly, like the Steelers, like when you do this, when you play your starters against the opponent's like second string, it's kind of like you better score or like people are going to be asking questions. It's like, wait, you can't beat their backups. Like, what's wrong here? So, well,
wow, 2 interceptions, 3 pass breakups.
Oh yeah, he has a pick in both games. He has a pick in both of the preseason games. So,
do you think he's more of a practice squad guy, or you see him legitimately making the roster? No, he's going to play this season. Okay. So you think maybe he's like the 4th safety after Bates, Grant, and Hawkins?
Yeah. That's what I think. And they're calling this a catch. It was a great catch. But
George Pickens, like anytime you put the ball within his reach, George Pickens is coming down with it.
Yeah.
He's just a jump ball monster. I don't know if he got 2 feet in bounds.
I think he might have, but it's not really clear. Yeah, they're giving it to him. Yeah, that was pretty easy.
Oh, wow. Oh, he was trying to extend for the end zone too.
Yeah.
Which is always risky. Hey, all right, Mike Tomlin. You made your point. First string offense. Let's you made oh, here we go. We got guess. Hey.
What's up, Adnan?
Looks like right on time, huh?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like Natrone Brooks did not play that poorly at all. So like Natrone Brooks against the opponent's wide receiver one actually didn't go that badly. They obviously allowed a touchdown, but if Natrone Brooks can play like that, then I think he should be on this roster.
Look, this is one of those games where you can't really lose, because it's like if the defense shuts them down, then it's like, oh, we just shut down the Steelers like offense, their first team offense. But it's like, all right, the Steelers' first team offense goes downfield, and it's like, all right, what do do you expect?
Right. I mean, the Falcons also almost forced a 3-and-out, so that was pretty.
Yeah, and I mean, shit, they're playing like they're playing in Pittsburgh right now, and they're playing in
Atlanta technically. Yeah.
It just feels like it's in Pittsburgh right now, because there's a lot of Steelers fans.
Yeah, no, I think a lot of people are confused as to why they're putting their starters out there. But it's their right. It's their right. Yeah.
No, I completely get it. It's like this would be week 3 of the preseason when it was a 4 preseason format.
Yeah.
It's like I understand the logic, and I honestly don't understand why more teams aren't doing it like that. Like I don't get why there was a shift over to the second preseason game being like the like dress rehearsal, when the third preseason game continues to be at the exact same time as what it always was.
Right.
Yeah. No.
So I get what the Steelers were doing, and I mean, between you and me, I tweeted it out. I think our starters should have gotten way more than one series all preseason, but that's neither here nor there at this point.
Yeah. I think the Jets are going full starters on Saturday against the Giants.
It makes sense. It's like it legitimately just like makes sense to do it at this point, like, of the preseason. This is when it's always been. I don't get why teams galaxy brained it, and they're like, oh no, we're gonna move it to like now the second preseason game is when all the starters played.
Yeah. Don't fully understand it either. It's just one of them things. But I mean, they don't want to risk injury. I mean, I get that. I also think that Adnan, you have a point too about like, maybe we should see more of these guys than just one series. I mean, I think if that first series hadn't been so long, like that was like what, like a 15-play drive or something.
I mean, sure, it was a 15-play drive, but it's like they also had 5 penalties. That's one of the reasons why it was so long.
Yeah, it was pretty sloppy. I mean, that Chris Lindstrom hold was a joke. So that
sure, but like the other holds weren't.
No, that the other holds were not. So to be completely fair to everyone there, but yeah. We're gonna.
One player I saw on that drive that got some snaps was Zach Harrison. What have you guys made of his preseason so far?
Yeah,
I haven't heard too much of him in the He was one of the standouts in camp.
Okay.
I haven't we haven't heard his name too much in the preseason, and to be honest, like the pressure from the second team wasn't really there last week. It was definitely there in week 1 against Miami.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I don't know. It would be nice to see Zach Harrison have a really strong game today.
No, I mean, I would love to see that too. And like we said, he was one of the better rookies in training camp. I think he split a sack with somebody in the first preseason game, but yeah, kind of quiet otherwise. As we see the Falcons' second string offense coming out here with Taylor Heineke, your guy, Adnan, your guy. So,
yeah. Hey, just wait for me to take him in our fantasy football draft.
There you go. Yeah, you're just gonna hold him,
Johnny Knoxville. That's Taylor Heineke, man. He's the Johnny Knoxville of quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was not a good first play.
Never-ending roller coaster ride. Oh,
there wasn't much blocking going on there. Oh wow, look at that. That was not.
There was no blocking going on, right? Who whiffed? What was that? Was that Fitzpatrick just completely whiffed?
I didn't see if that was
hard to see on the replay.
Yeah. They run blitzed, and I think there was just nobody there. So you lose for
maybe
4 yards.
68 might have missed.
Wow! Once again, somebody just this is embarrassing. That was just straight up.
Oh my god! What are we doing? This is so bad. The next play is gonna be even worse. Just wait for it.
Oh yeah, that was just straight up embarrassment.
Man, Mike Tomlin, can we not have this? Can we just have one drive? That's it. I don't want to see another Steelers starter after this drive.
No. I want to see them make these
This
guys
is gruesome.
make these guys go through the fire right now.
Oh my goodness.
TJ Watt just brushed through 2 blockers like nothing.
No one said they were good.
Oh man.
Oh god damn it, John.
that UGA, just couldn't get it done. Those dogs. We need more dogs.
Oh man.
John Fitzpatrick, just because of that drop, the Falcons aren't taking another UGA player for 6 years.
It didn't take long for Georgia to get slandered on this.
Look, we're not slandering the dogs. We're just slandering the Georgia fans who think that the team should only pick dogs. They're not watching us. They're watching the Eagles play-by-play, or the Eagles not play-by-play right now.
Yeah, so
Landon Roberts,
Rabel,
I think, should be a good pickup for the Steelers. I don't know if you know Landon Roberts, but he's a good physical presence. I think he's an upgrade for them.
Yeah,
the Steelers are fucking us right now, but I mean, it is their starters.
Yeah, it's embarrassing coverage there on the punt as well. So.
Yeah. No, this isn't good. I don't like this.
I'm not enjoying this. Not very much fun so far being had.
Dude, Mike Tomlin's having the time of his life. This is like the 4th time I've seen him get hyped. Man,
he's just so excited to watch these guys beat up on the Falcons backups. It's really making
I love
day.
I almost had a tackle there, but just out of his reach. I mean, then again, he's not really. I don't think he's really trained in the art of tackling.
That's not Tavon Austin, right?
No, it's Calvin Austin.
Okay.
Better than Tavon Austin.
That's former top 10 pick Tavon Austin.
Man, they're leaving their starters in. So.
Hey, man.
Oh, man.
Someone's taking Najee Harris like 8 picks too high now.
Just from this game, he's going to score 2 tutties in this game. He's going to raise Najee Harris's ADP by like 2 rounds or something.
Oh, man. I took him with a 10th pick in one league last year. Oof.
Yeah.
Oh, I took him with the 7th pick in my home league last year. In fairness, after I took him that night, they announced that he had a Liz Frank injury, and I'm like, all right, Mike Tomlin, go fuck yourself.
He picks it up at the end of the season, but definitely not worth it and I don't think it was worth like a 3rd round pick.
Yeah.
You can get him in the 3rd this year.
Yeah, you can.
Nice
sometimes
cut.
Later. Yeah.
But I think Jalen Warren's a good.
Oh, he is.
I think he's more a scat back. Yeah, so I could see him taking significant carries from that.
I mean, Warren's a good backup, but he's not really gonna. I don't think he has the body to take a majority of carries.
No. So.
He's one of those like lightning to his thunder, like change of pace, third down. Like I think Warren's their 3rd down back for sure. Yeah, they're already inside the 10.
No, they're inside the end zone. Yeah.
I think you're just a teens ahead of me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm watching on NFL Network, so.
Yeah,
this time I'm not relying on NFL Plus, so.
I'm on the local Fox channel.
Oh wow, they're behind the NFL Network stream. That's crazy.
Man, this game stinks.
Falcons going 0-16, guys.
Oh, the NFL Network stream was showing me the Jets game. I should watch that one instead, actually. Yeah. I'll probably have more fun watching the Jets and Bucks backups. Ooh. All right, let's.
I find Allen Robinson on the Steelers to be a bizarre fit. Like I don't know what he's gonna do. I don't know what Allen Robinson is at this point, but Pittsburgh is definitely not the place for him.
I'm telling you, Allen Robinson at one point, he was cold.
Yeah.
Allen Robinson in his Chicago days, that was a bad boy back then.
Yeah.
Then he just got lost in the sauce and with the Rams.
Yeah.
I just don't know what he does anymore. Like he makes like a circus catch every now and then, but like I just feel like he was never a guy that really separated. He's just like a big contested catch guy, a good route runner.
It's a shame. I always really liked Allen Robinson as a player. Like back in Jacksonville too, he had that one fluke Jaguars year where Blake Bortles just racked up all those garbage time yards. I think it was 2017.
Vintage Jaguar days.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's guys, don't panic. It's their starters against
Yeah.
second first. Like,
we're not really going to learn a lot from these couple series, so there's just not.
I truly thought that this was a golden opportunity for Arthur Smith to actually like throw the starters out there for a drive or two, but I mean we're not going to do that because I'm assuming everyone's just all completely ready.
Yeah,
but
yeah. So I mean we're gonna have we're gonna have a very clean first week, I'm sure, at this point.
We better have a very clean first week, because if we don't, then
Adnan's gonna let him know. So
all the questions are going to be, hey, like, coach, why did we play one series? And the thing is, it wasn't even a clean series. Like, it wasn't even a series where they just went downfield and scored.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I'm not the coach. I can only complain so much.
Yeah, I mean it is what it is. I don't hate not putting your starters out there any more than you have to in preseason. But
because from what I recall, the Eagles game was a total disaster in 21, and then the Saints game, I know, was a bad fourth quarter last. So those first three quarters, they were like ready to play.
They were sharp. They were really sharp in that Saints game, and it's after they actually played their starters in the preseason. It was not only that 2 years ago, not only the Eagles game, like the Eagles game was a disaster after they didn't play any starters, and then week 2 was also a disaster. So it actually took them a couple weeks just to get into a rhythm in 21.
Yeah.
So that's why there's a history here. Like that's why I've been harping on it. Especially like Desmond Ridder does not have many starts. Like at least 2 years ago, you had the excuse of, all right, you have Matt Ryan under center.
Mm-hmm.
But it is what it is. I completely disagree with it, but nobody's asking my opinion.
I mean, if they're here watching the show, they're asking. I mean, clearly, I think it's implied.
You gotta make your case.
Yeah. If you got to,
I feel like I've been making that case over and over again.
We're gonna be making it more if the starters are so nice.
I feel like people are tired of me making my case at this point. I've been making it to training camp.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like the real atrocity is this mustache, man. I'm sorry, this Arthur mustache.
Oh no, the mustache is awesome.
I don't think it fits him. I think certain people could fit, but not him.
It definitely fits Ryan Nielsen. Like Ryan Nielsen.
Yeah, it's an interesting look. I think if things go well, it'll be good. But if things go bad, everyone will blame the mustache. So
I like the mustache, but I do think if this team starts out 2-5, he's shaving.
That's when anger beard's gonna come out.
Yeah. Yeah. Tyler
any
Vrabel
offensive linemen?
Tyler Vrabel at right tackle.
Any offensive linemen we're looking for tonight?
Tyler Vrabel at right tackle, not looking great. I mean, I was wondering if Jalen Mayfield would be out there, but I don't think he is right now. So I believe that the Falcons get that first down via penalties. So hey,
first down.
Yeah, got to start somewhere. Certainly not generating a lot of push up front, Adnan.
I mean, honestly, I don't. I said it last week. I don't trust a single one of these backup offensive linemen.
Yeah, I sort of
can't hold the ball.
Right. I sort of feel like they gotta.
They have to bring in
pass. Interesting. Yeah.
They need at least one. I'm saying they need a backup guard and a backup tackle, both veterans. Taylor, what the fuck are you doing?
That was an interesting call to throw on 3rd and 1 with behind this offensive line.
They just got 4 yards rushing there.
Johnny
He
Knoxville.
lined up with a shotgun.
Jesus Christ, man! The second team offensive line is just getting embarrassed. They're getting embarrassed by everyone, really.
They're getting embarrassed, but the coaching staff isn't helping them right now.
Well, I mean,
you're in the shotgun on 3rd and 1.
I thought you wanted to see deep shots, Adnan.
Not on 3rd and 1.
Honestly, you wanted to see deep shots. Yeah.
I've always been against the 3rd and short deep. Sometimes it works. Like 2nd and short, I'm all about hitting that.
Oh yeah, shot. No, 2nd and short it's time for the deep shots, but
I don't know. I've never liked that risk of like 3rd and short, and you're just like slinging it, or
Unleash the
4th and
dragon.
short. Yeah, 4th and short, and you're slinging it deep.
Yeah.
Well, at least the Steelers will have some semblance of a longer field this time.
Right. Take up a little bit more clock this way, perhaps.
Oh, wait, is Mitchell Trubisky still on the team?
I think so. I think he'll
so.
have this.
Yeah.
All right, here. This is what preseason is about. Taylor
This-
Heineke versus Mitchell Trubisky.
This is what I came to see. This is what the fans got those tickets for. So.
This might be Trubisky's first time back in the land since he got benched in that one of the most abysmal losses in Falcons history.
Oh yeah,
right.
that was Nick Foles came. That was one of the games when Allen Robinson, who we were talking about, absolutely cooked us in that game.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
right.
The thing is,
Speaking of.
as bad as that loss was, it wasn't even like one of the top 5 worst losses within like that 3-year period of Falcons.
It's up there. You don't think so? I mean, it was really bad. Like, it wasn't as bad as the Cowboys one, which was the week before.
The Cowboys one was much worse.
Yeah.
Like the Cowboys one was just like, all right.
I'm looking it up right now. So 30-26. Wow, I forgot. I'm trying to forget the Todd Gurley era, man. Much respect to Todd Gurley, but his time. Wow, Brian Hill.
Oh man.
I would also argue that Lions loss was worse as well, because all
yeah.
he needed to do was not score a touchdown.
That's true.
Yeah, I think the Lions one was worse for sure.
Rob said 10 catches, 123 yards, and a touchdown. I had on your spot. Jimmy Graham. Oh man, 6 catches, 60 yards, 2 touchdowns.
No, I remember Robinson cooking us because I had him in fantasy, and as I was watching him, I was like, no, yes, no.
Wow.
I was so conflicted.
Oh my gosh.
The Bears scored 20 points in the 4th quarter in this game.
That's right. Yeah. That was very on brand, actually.
It
they
was
just love giving up.
Yeah, Nick Foles was absolutely killing us in that game.
And Dan Quinn, much love to Dan Quinn, but he somehow lasted 2 more games after that. Like, I don't know how he kept his job.
I'm telling you, I called my shot on a post-game show. I said Dan Quinn should have been gone after that Titans loss the year before.
Yeah.
When Mariota cooked us. Like, I came on and I just went on like a 5-minute rant straight of just how like Dan Quinn's time is like finished and how this team isn't going anywhere with him anymore.
Wow.
And hey, I mean, I was
early, so October 2019. So you were about a year ahead of when they'd made it.
Oh no, I remember that show really well. Like I was on a roll on that show. Here is Trubisky. He's in.
There you go.
All right, the Mitchell experience.
And
nice little
He's back.
The first down.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Hayward's kid. I think Iron Man.
Oh, yeah.
Ironhead, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think he scored a touchdown against the Falcons last year.
I think he did. Yeah.
I think he was the guy who did.
Yeah. What's his name? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's Casey's brother.
Yeah.
Casey, that Hayward there.
Yeah, he's like the fullback tight end guy or whatever.
Yeah.
I'll look this up. Hayward.
Nice tackle there by LaCale London.
Hey, LaCale London has been having a good summer so far.
Yeah.
He had a good game last week. He looked good in training camp. I don't think he'll make the roster, but I think he's a practice squad candidate for sure.
Yeah.
Connor Hayward, son of NFL player Craig Hayward, Ironhead, and he's the older brother of Cameron Hayward, who's obviously Steelers.
Yeah.
So damn,
So they got the
Steelers have the Watts, they got the Haywards.
they got this like family dominance going on. I think the rest
now
of the
they got Joey Porter Jr. now.
Man, that was a terrible run fit by Breon Borders.
Oh my god!
He just crashed inside super hard, and just completely played that about as badly as you can. He's the outside contained corner, and he just crashed inside.
Also, like, what the hell is Jalen Hawkins talking shit for after that tackle? Like, your defense just gave up a 30-yard rush.
Yeah.
God, every single semblance of this game has been so shitty so far. Like, oh my god, like that outside was wide open.
Yeah, it's because Borders crashed inside super hard. Yeah. Like he didn't.
Terrible play from Breon Borders.
Oh, nice tackle there. Is that the Gaz? It is the Gaz. It's the Gaz. Gaz making the tackle.
He disengaged very nicely there.
Oh, he's good. I think he's making the roster. I think Gaziano's got a spot just because he could play like any spot on the D line, and you just keep that guy as like your 5th D lineman just because.
Yeah. Oh, who's that random D lineman? Oh, I should really know this. Last year, that he had a couple like bright moments.
Oh, Jalen Dalton or whatever. Or
No,
Abdullah.
Abdullah.
Yeah, Abdullah
Is
Anderson.
he Abdullah?
Yeah.
Abdullah. Yeah, I'm not. I was thinking of the running back, Amir Abdullah.
Yeah.
The former Lions legend. Man,
these cutback lanes are
it's because guys are just crashing super hard.
There's just no
what the heck was that by Zach Harrison? He just let the tight end like lay on his back. That's not a good run defense rep.
Good Lord.
Harrison. Yeah.
He just collapsed.
Yeah. you gotta like play that. You can't just like fall over when you're setting the edge there, bud. So
he said he's learned from Calais Campbell. Calais Campbell would not teach this technique.
Calais Campbell would have like annihilated that tight end. He would have taken him to the ground. So. Yeah, this is like their fullback basically, like carrying the ball against us, getting big yards.
I see Gunnar. I'm not gonna bother pronouncing his last name, but former Patriot.
Yeah. Gunnar Olszewski.
Olszewski. There we go.
Olszewski. Yeah.
Yeah, he's there. Man, they're promoting Falcons season tickets right now. Not a lot of
not the best time.
Games.
Yeah, not the best time for that.
I'm not just about. I'm just looking at this. I'm looking at the schedule. Like they don't have a lot of big home games. Like they promoting Saints, Vikings, Packers. Not really a lot of big games on here. Or at least like I'm talking about like top tier opponents.
Yeah.
Obviously, games are gonna be big. Falcons, Saints will always be big.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nice. Clark Phillips coming in there and getting his pads dirty.
Is there a health update on Okuda?
No, I mean, we'll know if they put him on IR. After the final cuts. If he goes on IR after final cuts, then he's missing at least 4 games. If he doesn't go on IR after final cuts, then he's probably gonna be back soon, or at least they'll hope that he's back soon. So we'll see. We haven't really heard anything though. I mean, they said that it wasn't overly serious, and they were hoping that he might, Oh, there we go. Hey, number 69 getting a sack. Nice.
Hey, shout out. That's Barry Wesley.
No, it's Damone Harris. Yeah. There's 2 69s on it. We have a lot of 69s on here. Yeah.
What? No, well, we are getting fucked.
There you go. Yeah.
It's the line of the night.
Oh my God.
That was a good coverage sack.
Yeah. Nice job there by Damone Harris. Forcing the field goal. Hey, that's an improvement. It's an improvement over those first 2 drives.
And a nice job by him, like just keeping up with the play. He went all around right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nice job.
Man, Chris Boswell's been there forever.
Yeah, he actually still looks like a child to me. I don't know. I feel like that dude's like got to be in his like 30s, like mid 30s.
He was close to getting cut at one point.
Yeah,
he was
I remember that.
A legit liability, but he picked it back up. And the kicker is that unless you're truly elite, like the highs and lows are just steep. Like look at a guy like Mason Crosby. He played like 15 years, but he has some serious lows.
Yeah, that's true. It's a guy that I always remember his like great years with Green Bay, but
there were moments like he missed like 5 in a row. I remember there was a Bengals game where they tied, and because he just couldn't make a field goal.
Yep, I remember. Oh, jeez. Yeah.
Man. 17-0. Hey, 49ers were down 17-0 in the NFC Championship game. They came back.
If we can just get it to 28-3, then we'll have them right where we want them.
Hey, all we need is Vernon Davis out there and to run the read option every time.
There you go. Yeah.
Hey, I just want to let you know it's tonight it's Thursday night, not Friday night.
Is it a Thursday night? God damn!
Yeah.
Hold on, let me change that tweet.
Yeah, it's just looking out for you, pal. The people are gonna come after you. You guys have fantasy drafts this weekend?
We're in the middle of one right now.
Oh, all right. Besides Besides ours. What was I gonna say? Like it's peak fantasy season right now.
Not this weekend. I have my 2 like big ones next weekend.
Gotcha.
So the Memorial Day weekend or Labor Day weekend.
Gotcha. All right. Are you currently happy with the team you selected?
Oh, I'm fucking thrilled with the team I have so far. I could not be happier so far.
Oh, dude, you got Saquon the second. I just realized this.
I got Saquon the second. You got Keenan Allen, even though he's like hurt, but he'll catch a million passes.
Big Olave. Oh, dude, you got a sick team. I'm looking right now with Waller.
Oh,
I think Waller's gonna have a huge year. As long as I know everyone's concerned about his health, but I just think he fits that offense. Oh, Taylor Heineke looks like he's done for a night.
yeah, right on cue. I had like 6 people under the tweet say it's Thursday. I'm not deleting it. I'm leaving it up.
Say strong.
Yeah, no. Here's the thing. All right, Sexton with a looks like a decent return, but it's like 1 more yard than if he touched back right there. Yeah, no, I took Waller. I'm gambling on one player that I really, really want to be there next round. So it was between him and Waller. So I'm really gambling right now.
How you feeling, Kevin, about yours?
Kev, your mic is off.
No,
I must have hit that by mistake. Yeah. That's crazy. I literally must have just tapped it. Yeah. No, like I like every one of my fantasy teams. I never because I have a rule, like I don't draft players I don't want, like just period. Like it's not like well, there's this is a good value here. No, like if I wouldn't draft you in the previous round, I'm probably just not going to draft you. So I generally come away from my drafts like pretty happy usually, but we'll know in about 3 weeks if I like the draft or not yet.
I think Tony Pollard, Aaron Jones are 2 really good values.
Aaron Jones falls in every draft. I don't get it. Like that running back room hasn't changed at all. I mean, I get he's like 28, but I mean, he was still really good last year. It's not like he's
the most reliable pass catcher.
Yeah, AJ Dillon is not good. So he just doesn't have that.
I tried to defend AJ Dillon because I just love big boy running backs, but he's like he's the last of a dying breed. But
it really isn't Friday night, huh? I really have work tomorrow.
Is it really?
I find hilarious. You really thought it was Friday.
No, I genuinely thought it was a Friday night. Like, damn, that kind of makes the night even worse right now.
All right.
As Dave says, Logan Woodside hours.
Yes, we're gonna take him to the Woodside here. As we go into the second quarter. I was waiting. Thank you for laughing. No, it's not as good as it's not as good as the simulator with Matt Sims. That was the best. But,
oh, geez.
Yeah.
I wonder, like, DJ Shockley is calling these games. I wonder if he gets like memories being, he was the quarterback in these position over a decade ago, like playing these games.
Yeah. I would think so.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see. Okay, I'm gonna do our ad read real quick while we have commercial here, guys. Today's show is brought to you by BetOnline.ag, your number one source for all your betting needs. You can get the latest odds, lines, and matchup reports for baseball, boxing, golf, and more. Perhaps you're feeling overly confident in these Falcons, or maybe you're feeling significantly less confident after this, preseason game where you didn't even see one starter on the field. You could bet the under, on the Falcons if you want, but I probably would suggest not doing that off of the third preseason game, but it's up to you because no matter what you want to bet on, BetOnline is your sports intel headquarters this season, as they've got you covered for all your insider sports wagering needs. BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way to get your betting info, including live betting options and your favorite casino and card games you can play right from your home. So head to the website today or use your mobile device to get in on the action, and be sure to use our promo code BELIEVE. That's BLEAV to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet online, where the game starts. All right. I was hoping the game would come right back on as I finish reading that, but we're still at commercials. So sorry, guys.
Not all transitions can be clean like that.
Yeah. I was like, oh man, this commercial's about to end. And no, it just went right into a second commercial. So it's tragic, but you got to roll with the punches. Got to do what you got to do.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. You guys want to talk more fantasy? You want to talk about like the season? What predictions can we do?
I do want to say, just because, have you guys been watching that Viking series on SB Nation? Like, it's the same. It's the same people. If you guys watched the Falcons one like a couple years ago, they're like doing one on the Vikings, and it's really good so far. Okay. Like they just got through the 80s. It's like I think it's been 3 episodes so far, but they're killing it. It's so entertaining.
Sounds like a cool concept.
Yeah, no, highly recommend. They're going through their like entire history, and the next episode they're going to talk about that 1998 game.
Oh, okay, that's the one right there. I mean, when we talk about tortured fan bases and franchises, like the Vikings are got to be up there.
We already had an episode on that, like before training camp. I think Kevin and I both ranked the Vikings as number 4 on each of our lists.
Okay, I think the Chargers got to be up there.
I think they were up there. Yeah, the Falcons I think were 6 for me and 5 for Adnan.
No, they were 3.
They might have even been. Yeah, they were higher for you.
The Falcons were 3 for me.
Yeah.
I think that was the only like disagreement we had. I think 5 was Cardinals. Hey, nice little catch on a slam pattern right there.
Yeah, Logan Woodside. Hey, heating up. Let's go.
We both had the Lions as 1 and the Browns as 2.
Oh yeah, the Lions gotta be. Oh yeah, you can't really debate those two.
No,
there were a lot of honorable mentions.
Yeah.
I mean, the Jets, the Chargers, the Bills. I mean, the Bills were on Kevin's.
Yeah. Because of those 4 Super Bowl losses, can't.
Oh, Marcus Mariota is playing tonight. Speaking of quarterbacks you don't want to watch. Right. Wow, I forgot Trey Sermon was on the Eagles.
Yeah. Well, that's right. They're just getting all like the Shanahan offense cast-offs over there in Philly. They're going to add Trey Lance now. Marcus Mariota's looked really bad. Yeah.
But they're not even like talking about the game. Fox is like throwing it over to the election stuff right now.
Gotta watch Trump turn himself in or something like that.
Oh, right.
To be fair, that might be more entertaining than this game,
but he could have made an appearance at the stadium.
Yeah.
Stop
by on the way of Fulton County Jail.
Oh, you guys continue talking about the game. I'll give you guys analysis on over here. Apparently, Trump flew in on a plane with his name on it.
Yes, as he does.
So there's a Trump plane, yeah. Something about the Fulton County Jail.
It's bad when we might have to pivot into like politics at some point during this game. So we're gonna hope that doesn't happen. But
Gina Thomas making an appearance.
We're absolutely not pivoting into fucking politics.
We're not gonna do that. Don't worry, guys.
I'm trying to talk fantasy. I'm trying to talk about season predictions.
We just take it in that direction.
We are not. I would rather go play by play from the Super Bowl like a few years ago than go into politics.
Yeah, no, we're not going to touch that. We're not going to.
83 is the Arcega-Whiteside.
Yeah.
Yeah, JJ Arcega. I don't think he's going to make the team on.
No,
he's a massive individual.
He is. He's large.
Yeah, I remember there was a time. I think it was 2019. The Eagles had a playoff game where they literally had no receivers but him. And like he still got like only 3 targets.
Yeah, he still got nothing.
He was a bust. For sure. I think he was a second rounder. Big, like he was a big red zone threat at Stanford. I think Josh Hawley right now is the favorite for that wide receiver 5 role.
Yeah. I think you're right.
Good tackle by
Igwebuike.
Hell of a tackler.
He's out there tackling on special teams. This man is just like entrenching himself in the roster. He's like, I don't like, no matter who you are.
I'm all in on Igwebuike.
Yeah. No, I
think he's winning himself a roster spot.
Yeah. He's made his case. I think.
I just looked up Arcega-Whiteside. He was picked 7 picks before DK Metcalf, 9 before Deontay Johnson. And then we even get the 3rd round where Terry McLaurin's there as well. So I think Eagles are a great franchise, but let's just say receivers, it's been rough.
I mean, that's why they ended up saying fuck it and just traded for one.
Yeah. And of course they got Devontae Smith.
Yeah.
But they got Devontae Smith, which hey, kudos to them. They got one right. But you're talking about the missing Justin Jefferson, Arcega-Whiteside pick.
Oh no, the Jalen Reagor pick was just completely unacceptable. Like
Yeah.
that pick in the moment was like highly unacceptable, let alone like now in hindsight. Like when they made that pick in the moment, everyone was like, why? Jefferson's right there.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine if they took Jefferson though. Like that shit would be fucking nuts.
Insane.
Yeah.
Like Mike Zimmer barely smiles, and he had the biggest smile on his face. Like it takes a lot for Mike Zimmer to smile.
Man, that LSU offense that was I will argue that is the greatest offense in college football history. They had what? Burrow, Edwards-Helaire was their running back, Chase and Jefferson, both of whom immediately became top 5 wide receivers as soon as they enter like 1 year into each of their NFL seasons.
Yeah.
I think probably the Miami offense, right, from like the early 2000s.
Yeah, but Miami in the early 2000s, that was their defense. Like that U defense was absolutely insane.
Okay.
Like they had Ed Reed and Ray. They had Ed Reed on that team. I don't know. Ray Lewis wasn't on there. Ed Reed was definitely on that team though.
Man, we're just getting so many commercial breaks. It's brutal.
Well, they just showed us a Trump speech, so I don't know.
It was like one. If you have NFL Network, you can watch it on NFL Network too.
I can't. Not if you're in the Atlanta area.
Really? They don't even put it on NFL Network? Wow.
No, they're showing the Jets game on NFL Network.
Oh, in the Atlanta area? Okay. Weak?
There's Jalen Mayfield, which is still my Discord name.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Jalen Mayfield lover. Yeah.
Mine is Sean Harlow lover.
Yeah.
No, we just gotta give bad offensive linemen love, man. Bad offensive linemen need love too.
Yeah, no, that man, that Miami team was actually so fucking stacked. I just looked them up. Holy shit!
I tell you, man, dude, they had just players on players on players.
Man, listen to these names. Just it's the commercial. Clinton Portis, Willis McGahee, Frank Gore was their running back trio. They had Andre Johnson on that team. Jeremy Shockey, Kellen Winslow Jr. This is on the offense. Brian McKinney, who had a really nice NFL career as an offensive lineman. Their quarterback was Ken Dorsey. And then on defense, like these names on defense: Vince Wilfork, Chris Campbell, Jonathan Vilma, Ed Reed, Antrell Roll. Like holy shit! Like this wasn't even fair.
Yeah. Okay, we got a third down. Third down alert,
Interesting to see Taquan Graham's in the game. I did not expect that.
Bro, they're not even. They're showing a Dodge commercial right now.
Oh man, you're in rough shape, man.
Yeah, that's just unacceptable.
They're not even showing the game.
Yeah, they don't even care.
Why do you think Taquan Graham's playing?
Probably because they're playing this. I mean, Timmy Horn was in on that one too, and he's probably making the roster. So this is like the second team guys. I mean, and Taquan Graham's playing just because like literally they added so many guys that he's like just the second string now. So.
Oh, finally they just like throw it in.
No, it's like okay, and we're back. Yeah.
Oh my god.
So I'm drinking grapefruit juice and huckleberry vodka, so it's pretty good. It's much better than this game. Yeah.
What a mixture.
Yeah, it's actually really good.
Yeah. I rushed. I didn't
Anand's gonna have to make. He doesn't drink, but for this game, it might drive him into madness. So.
No. I'll probably get like warm glass of milk and some honey or something
go.
like.
Skin on. Yeah.
Warm milk and honey. Oh, it's American dream.
It's a fucking elite combination.
There's the guys.
Here we go.
Plays.
Here we go.
Oh, Gaziano.
There's the guys.
He just seems like a bruiser. Like you put him in.
He's good. He's actually good. Yeah.
No, he's legitimately like. I was surprised that we just got him for so cheap. Like Chargers fans were not happy that they let him go.
Yeah.
Like he was standing out in camp. It seemed like every single day he had at least one big play because he's in Calais Campbell's spot. And with Campbell out all of training camp or before the preseason training camp, Gaziano was getting all those first team reps. Oh yeah, they just let them kill you with the screen pass on 3rd and 4. Yeah, great.
The Falcons. I mean, they saw the Falcons blitz coming a mile away and just threw right behind it. So
tight end screen. That's a good way to neutralize it.
Yep, it's pretty obvious. Falcons showed that double A gap blitz, and that's not even a running back, by the way. That's their tight end fullback.
Yeah, Connor Hayward.
Yeah, he's pretty good though. He's definitely one of the better fullbacks in the NFL.
Yeah.
The new use check. People are talking. Yeah.
You've never heard of Craig Ironhead Hayward? Definitely look him up. That was a bruiser, former Falcon as well.
Oof.
Yep.
Oh, false start. Here we go. Yeah, the mustache really does fit Ryan Nielsen.
It does. Yeah.
Yeah, Arthur Smith though.
Man, I'm sure the coaches this game has been so sloppy. I'm sure the coaches are legitimately just I would hate to be in that film room tomorrow.
Yeah, I'd be pretty upset.
That's one of those. If you're one of the starters in the film room, you're like, oh, shit, it wasn't me.
Yeah.
You're run defense in particular.
Yeah, the run. I mean, they've been playing the run tighter on this drive, but then they just give up a big pass.
Another good play, a tackle for a loss right there.
Yeah,
Harris.
Damone Harris. Yeah, I want to say Demon Harris, but there's an E on the end, so I can't. But
I was gonna say Charles Harris.
Yeah, I know. That was last year. Yeah.
Good play by him. Marco Helam was right there in case the running back broke away. That was a 2-yard TFL right there.
Yeah. All right, another third down. Let's see if they can convert the fourth third down on this drive. We'll see.
This one's 3rd and long, so let's see how many yards this screen pass goes for.
How many do they need? It'll go one more.
Maybe we see a Mitch scramble. Trubisky.
He's
got that sneaky athleticism.
They'll be so on. Every time I get a sleeper notification, then my hopes go up that it was a pick being made.
Yep. Yeah.
Are we doing our Falcoholic dynasty league
I can't find anybody else to play in it, so it's I guess not. I don't know. I mean, I thought we would.
I can get one, but I don't know. An 8-team league just seems kind of.
Yeah, no, that's not worth it. Yep, and then 3 first down. So holding on the Falcons defense. So.
Ryan Nielsen will not be happy about that. Arthur Smith isn't happy about that. Who's that on?
I think it's on Natrone Brooks.
No, not Natrone.
Oh yeah, he definitely held him. Yeah, he grabbed him.
Oh my, that was on the complete opposite side of the field too.
Yeah.
Trubisky wasn't even looking that way.
Nope.
Yeah, that's not going to be good. Natrone Brooks, that's one of my guys. It's not going to be good for his chances of,
no,
of winning.
I mean, he wasn't going to make the 53, but practice squad. I still think he's.
When you yank the shoulder pad like that, when a receiver's trying to release,
there's no need to do it too.
No, absolutely not.
That's one of those penalties where you're just furious about it because it made no difference. It's different if you're an O lineman and you open up a big hole with the holding, and it's all right, that's a holding, it's whatever.
Yeah.
Man.
Young corners getting grabby. It's a very frustrating tendency.
Yeah, that's what we call the Robert Alford right there on these parts.
I was going to say Isaiah Alford, but Robert Alford is also inaccurate.
Yeah, pretty accurate. At least Alford would occasionally get a pick 6 or something. So then,
Yeah, like in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. All right, well, here we go.
I'm intrigued by Isaiah Oliver in San Fran.
Oh yeah, he got benched. He's not the starting slot anymore.
Okay. Yeah, well,
yeah, which is wild because they gave him $4 million guaranteed. So
how do you get benched so quickly?
I don't know.
He didn't play a regular season game.
They didn't even play yet. Yeah, I don't know,
Wilkes, man. No nonsense.
Man, I remember Isaiah Oliver. I think one of his family members was always in here criticizing us about if we ever talk negatively. I wonder if he'll do the same about Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah. All right. Here we go again. Another third down.
We've had a lot of family members of players just not like us.
feel like this is literally like a 30-play drive.
Yeah. Like,
Let's see.
flag.
Let's see.
Yep.
Oh,
he held him.
What the fuck
Yeah,
are you
that
doing?
was so stupid. So stupid. It wasn't even catchable.
The ball was gone and Breon Boulders just jumped on him.
Jesus Christ, man. Well, he's getting cut. Yeah, he's getting cut for that. Yeah, unfortunately. There's just
Bro,
no.
I know.
This
is the last preseason game. This is just backups like in there. I shouldn't be.
If he just turned his head to look for the ball, like he would have known. It wasn't even close. Now that ball was uncatchable, so also probably shouldn't be flagged. But
but what are you grabbing? You don't give the referee a chance to throw that flag either way.
Yeah, that's just
the ball was
colossally
over his
stupid.
head.
Yeah.
The ball's over his head, and then Breon Boulders is grabbing his arm.
Grabbed his shoulder. He was having a good preseason until that play, and now he's done, and there's a touchdown. So
young corners going to be young corners.
Oh my god, this game sucks. Holy shit.
Yeah. These guys all picked the time to have literally their worst performances. Just grabbing. I mean, what was that, like a 17-play drive?
Sure felt like it.
Because they had just like penalty after penalty. They allowed like 5 third down conversions. Like, I'm also done with watching Mike Jones Jr. I know some people were like high on his performance. I personally never saw it. I don't think he's
73 was getting bullied.
Yeah. I don't even know who that is. I probably should know.
73, I'm about to tell you. That's
Delonte Scott or LaKale London. We have two defensive linemen
LaKale's
wearing 73. What's that?
LaKale.
Oh, that's 72. That's right. So then it would be Delonte Scott then.
Arthur Smith, very vocal on the sidelines.
I mean, I get it. Like the Steelers starters cooking you, that's one thing. With the Steelers backups cooking you, like, come on.
No, I mean this was just stupid penalties here. I mean, it wasn't even getting outplayed. It's just like multiple drive extending penalties, like 5 third down conversions. So, I don't care how talented you are. If you do that, you're gonna give them a touchdown eventually. So.
Yeah.
I'm about to turn to some Donald Trump coverage, honestly.
That's how bad it's getting.
Man, Arthur Smith is gonna go out there like Homer Simpson in that one football episode. You're cut, you're cut, you're cut, you're cut.
You get a cut, and you get a cut, and you get a cut.
Everyone else, you made it, except for you, and you. You're cut.
Everybody else, yep. Yep.
What'd you guys make of the Bucs' decision to start Baker?
I'm not surprised. I think Kyle Trask is terrible. So
Kyle Trask is not good. Yeah, so that doesn't shock me. Yeah, because literally Kyle Pitts got Kyle Trask drafted in the second round. I think everyone should have known that from watching that. Like Kyle Pitts was literally just
he was a second rounder, honestly. Like that. Even when that pick, we were like, "What are they doing right now?"
Yeah, it's just wild.
I just find their quarterback evaluation like this offseason, like they should have prepared better, knowing Brady was likely going to retire. Like they just completely. They saw the quarterback carousel and they got like a discount chair. Like
I think they were like preparing by drafting Kyle Trask in the second, but then like Kyle Trask just isn't good. So, I think that just sort of blew up in their face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I love they're doing on NFL Network. They're doing like a NFL script commercial where they're like getting the script for the season and like all the players are there and all this. It's pretty funny.
Oh, Keegan-Michael Key is hilarious.
Yeah, I love Keegan-Michael Key.
Yeah. Key, excuse me.
He's awesome. But yeah, no, I mean, I feel like the Bucs should have tanked, but they were like, no, like that's fine. We can still win this year. We still can. I just think
they got a roster that could win 10 games, but I think John Ledyard said it best. Like they got a roster that could win 10 games, but a quarterback room that could win 2 games.
Yeah.
And the coaching staff, I think, is I respect the hell out of Todd Bowles, but I have serious doubts he could be a head coach. I know a lot of people thought Leftwich was the problem, but I don't know. I never was really
And
convinced about Bowles as head coach.
Yeah, and then they brought in a guy who's never called plays to be their offensive coordinator, and David Canale. So it's like, I don't like how you think that's gonna help you. I mean, I feel like Canale just like decided to get scapegoated basically this year. Like he's just gonna be a sacrificial guy along with the rest of the staff. So, I mean, honestly, I think the Bucs could. I mean, have you like Ryan Jensen may not play again? Apparently, was the news coming out. He's not gonna play week 1.
Ryan Jensen's a beast.
What I was hearing was that Tristan Wirfs at left tackle is not going well.
Also, I heard he has like anxiety over it, which is like, damn, you have an all-pro right tackle. Why would you move him?
Exactly.
I don't get that. Like, he is as good as he is in that position. Why are you messing with that?
Exactly.
Like, I get it. It's hard. It's hard to find a left tackle, but I mean, now you have 2 positions of need.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to find all pros. Like, period.
Yeah.
Keelan Harris with a nice catch.
Good play, yeah. Hey, Aaron Freeman rejoices right there.
Yeah, there you go. The Aaron Freeman brand grows slightly. Now he just needs to make about 6 more catches to catch up with my son. So, yeah.
And into Steelers territory.
Yeah. Nice
that looked like a nice little crossing route.
Yeah. Logan Woodside dealing, you know.
Between quarterback and right tackle, like Tampa Bay, I don't know how you prepare. Like they knew Donovan Smith they were going to get rid of. I just don't know how you go into offseason and decide to make decisions like Baker Mayfield and move Wirfs to left tackle and not really have a solution at right tackle.
Yeah.
So,
like, here's the thing. I'd rather have a guaranteed all-pro at right tackle and then, like, still have a question mark at left over even if he turns into an average left tackle and, like, just nothing at right.
Yeah. No, I mean, center is a big problem because apparently Ryan Jensen has, like, question marks about whether he can play again. Luke Goedeke, who was a bad guard for them last year, they're moving to right tackle. Yeah.
Man, he was a major liability.
So they moved him to right tackle instead of their all-pro Tristan Wirfs. They moved Tristan Wirfs to left tackle. They draft another defensive tackle in the first round. Like,
so I believe he's injured, right?
Yeah. Man, Woodside just got annihilated. God. Why is Landon Roberts still playing? Like, they still have like starters in there? What the heck is going on?
So, the Falcons actually had that option as well. So you remember when Chris Lindstrom was drafted?
Yeah.
He played right guard. And I remember there was some talk about whether or not the team should move him to left guard. Because, you know, over in left guard, you had Alex Mack, I think, at the time at center, and you had Jake Matthews. So you're like, all right, do you like move him to left guard in between the 2 veterans as opposed to pairing the 2 rookies, him and McGarry, next to each other? And, you know, I think the Falcons ended up, you know, obviously they ended up making the right decision as there's a nice catch by Parker Hesse. They made the right decision by, you know, keeping him at right guard because that's where he played. You know, that's where he's comfortable. That's what he knows how to do. I think the Bucs are just getting way too cute for just no reason.
Yeah.
I remember that 2019. They signed Carpenter and Jamon Brown to decent-sized contracts, and then they drafted Lindstrom.
Yep.
Which made no sense
at all.
And then they traded up for McGarry too. They got Lindstrom and McGarry that year.
Yeah.
The Lindstrom pick, I remember. So I was fine with it. I was more than fine with it because it's like, all right, you're getting the best guard in the draft, and I think we were talking about, you know, Lindstrom isn't really on Quentin Nelson's level. Like, is it worth the first rounder? I mean, now at this point, he's better than Quentin Nelson. I would argue that he's the best guard in the NFL right now. PFF certainly graded him out as the best offensive lineman in the NFL last year. So I think that pick ended up being a home run. Absolutely. And I just remember the Falcons draft party, just like everyone was so distraught and so pissed off the offensive lineman. And it's like, no, like these old linemen are important. Like, imagine where we'd be without Lindstrom right now.
That's I think maybe just more indictment on Dimitrov and just the thought process of you add 2 guards in free agency to starter-like money. Like Carpenter and Brown were both added as starters, and then 6 weeks later you're using your first-round pick on a guard. It's just so on a team that had legitimate needs. Like
my and also neither guard they signed was good.
Both were bad. Mistake. I think Dimitrov's mistake is what the fuck. what the hell is Sexton doing? That's so obvious that he's running throughout. All right, whatever.
Please continue.
So,
Yeah.
so the mistake that Dimitrov made was signing 2 shitty guards when he should have just taken that money together and just signed like an impact player.
Yeah.
Like you didn't have to like sign like 2. He went quantity over quality, but in Dimitrov's defense, I think I remember something about Arthur Blank meddling in that process. I think Arthur Blank sort of was like, all right, like, you have to get like some offensive linemen. And that was just a case of the owner like dictating of like, what's going to happen. That's never a good thing.
No, but I mean, it's also like you have to sign better players. Like, I'm sorry, like I'm not.
I give Dimitrov a pass for going so O-line heavy, but where he fucked up was he should have like put in all of those resources into one impact player, one really, really good player, as opposed to 2 really like meh players.
Yeah. No.
Because I think 2019 was a time where they were starting to really feel cap-wise. Like they had to be kind of strategic with the money.
Yeah,
I believe Matt Ryan.
Because they ended up giving into Julio Jones's demands. I think that's what screwed everything up. Like I to this day I got vindicated for my takes and for my article at the time saying no, don't give Julio Jones a new contract. When everyone was like, no, of course you pay Julio Jones, of course you like give him the money. It's like, why do you give him the money? Like, for what reason? Just because he's out of guaranteed like years, that doesn't mean you completely rework his entire contract. He has 3 years left on it.
Yeah,
I think that was such a terrible precedent to set, and that really set the team back. And that was once again Arthur Blank meddling, going to the media and saying, "Oh no, Julio is going to be a Falcon for life." Like, you're just undermining your own leverage in that case. I don't know what Arthur Blank was thinking some of these years.
Yeah. It just, I think he got obsessed with trying to push the team over the edge after the Super Bowl. And I mean, I don't necessarily blame him for that, but you either have faith in your guys to get it done or not. And if you don't have faith in those guys, then you need to fire them and get someone that you do have faith in.
I also think that Atlanta United winning a title sort of played into that as well, because he got that experience of like that franchise winning, and he got that taste of it, and then I think it became like this obsession of all right, and I mean I get it, every owner is obsessed with winning a title. That's not exclusive to Arthur Blank. The issue is when you step in and when you start forcing football decisions, onto your executives. Like Arthur Blank isn't a football expert. Arthur Blank is a business expert. Like, I'll take all of Arthur Blank's advice and all of his instruction on building a brand, on building a business. But, when it comes to the on the field personnel, like you guys said, you hired these guys, you have to trust them. And in fairness, I think he learned that lesson, and he's been very hands off, other than the Deshaun Watson fiasco.
Yeah. So I think that he's getting there with this staff where he's feeling like he needs to put less and less, out there, do more, do less, and let these guys do it. Cause it's like, you need to have faith in your guys. And if you don't have faith in the staff you've hired to build the team to the point where you feel like you have to interfere, why are these guys employed? Why are these your
the most successful franchises have the hands-off owners who, they're going to open up the checkbook and they're going to invest, they're going to invest the money, but they let these guys, they let the decision makers make the decisions on how to spend that money. I mean, you don't see Robert Kraft coming in and just like telling Bill Belichick what to do. You didn't see the Seahawks owner like dictating what Pete Carroll and John Schneider are going to do.
Right.
Was it Paul Allen? I think it was Paul Allen.
I think so.
Yeah.
Like you definitely have to be more laissez-faire as an owner in those personnel decisions. Like Jerry Jones has been meddling for years with the Cowboys, and that's just been fucking them up.
Clark Phillips whiffs on the tackle, and receiver gets the first down. So
yeah, that was not good. None of these cornerbacks have been good.
So he took a good angle, just the technique.
He played it well, just didn't make the tackle.
Yeah.
So once again, I think the Steelers are now 4 or 5 on third down, so that's not good.
Something like that.
Yeah. And plus the multiple they've given up via penalty too. So.
How many fantasy leagues are you guys in?
What's that?
How many leagues are you guys in fantasy football this year?
7.
4. Oh,
Yeah.
dude.
Well, three of them are the patron leagues.
Are you gonna be okay?
Yeah.
You're like
But
Michael Fabiano, bro.
Yeah. Well, 3 of them are the patron leagues. I'm in like an industry dynasty league. I'm in like a home league. I guess if we don't do the Falcoholic dynasty, then it'll only be 6. So there's that.
I mean, yeah, in fairness, yeah. Let's not count the Falcoholic dynasty league for
then
now.
it would be 6. Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, I get that because you have to be in the 3 for the Falcoholic league, so it's not as bad when you put it that way.
Yeah, there's no money riding on those, so But I still try to win.
It's exhausting to me, though. I don't know. It takes time.
It does. It takes time every week to actually go through all that stuff. We did get a donation from George Costanza at the 5. Thanks so much, George. Appreciate that, man. He says, so Arizona traded Isaiah Simmons for that 7th rounder. I wonder what San Francisco thinks the price is for Trey Lance. What about a 4th that could be up to a 2nd with certain criteria similar to the Ridley trade? If San Francisco is set on Darnold, might as well make a call, right? The report was that they're only looking for a 5th for Trey Lance, and I don't think they're going to get it because, look, they spent 3 first-round picks on Trey Lance. He's not even good enough to be their backup. I think it tells you everything you need to know. Like, no team is giving them anything for Trey Lance because they've made it. If they wanted to trade him, they've done everything wrong. They've barely played him. They've publicly made him their 3rd string quarterback. Like, if they actually intended to trade Trey Lance or wanted to trade him for any amount of value, they've lost that opportunity.
I think sending him home for a day also made matters worse.
Yeah.
So that you're like putting like a cloud over him. Yeah. That he's like at a crossroads of his career. I mean, he is, but it just why give him a day off and just tell him to go relax? That's how you know the situation is hitting him heavy. Yeah. I mean, I feel for him. I mean, I think they did him dirty, too. It's like, how do you invest 3 first-round picks in a guy and you just keep refusing to play him? It's like...
He had some bad luck.
Well, the injuries, too.
He broke his ankle, and then, that entire locker room just was against him from the start because everyone was all in on Jimmy Garoppolo. Yeah. And, I mean, you saw how happy those players were when Jimmy Garoppolo, took back over. So it's like, it's just been a really bad, it was a really bad set of circumstances for him. Also, the thing about Lance is it's a $9 million cap hit this year. That's another factor to consider. Next year,
most of that is signing bonus, though, just so you know.
So it's like it would be the base, but so the
49ers would have to pay it. Yeah, as far as I know, but.
There is a roster bonus, but that would decrease it by $5.5 million. But next year, would be another reasonable $5.5 million next. Shit, why don't we trade for Trails?
Pretty sure all the I mean I don't think the Falcons are interested. I remember there was a report that they were in on him, but it was just one outlet reporting that. We've never actually had it corroborated, so I'm not even sure if that was legit or not. So I just don't.
I am of the mindset that if he was there at 4, the Falcons may have got.
There's that Trubisky scramble for big yardage. Oh, this is almost a tell. Yeah, he picked up 20 yards on that scramble.
Nice little slide right there. Man, this team is getting ravaged right now.
Trubisky looks exactly the same as he did as a rookie. I swear to God, he looks like his face has not changed at all after being in the NFL for 5 years.
As a rookie, he was
extremely impressive.
Speaking of busts,
right? Speaking of hashtag busts,
You just think all the failure, all the criticism would have got to him, and would have aged him, but he's holding strong. Gotta know what moisturizer is. He's washing his face. And what's up this one barking at?
Arthur Smith's just wow, I don't even want to be here. Can we just end this? Or
looks like he was having a lot of fun last week.
Yeah. to be fair to this team, they've actually been entertaining in preseason up until tonight. So that's probably 2 entertaining preseason games is probably the most you can ask for.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Like, tonight's going to be the one where, like, this is the last, like, we're seeing of them before, like, for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah. So, I think most people would happily take that deal. Like, okay, we don't have to watch them again. Okay, great.
Man, we need a couple signings along the offensive line. Like, I think that's just
no. I think that's for sure going to happen. I think we're going to see
non-negotiable at this point.
Well, last year, they picked up Chuma Edoga off waivers. The year before, I think they also picked up someone off waivers. We could see a trade if they need a swing. I mean, I don't know, but
Edoga was pretty good last year too.
He got hurt, unfortunately, when he finally got in the lineup. But I thought he looked good in that one game he played.
So actually, this is a good exercise. Like, let's rewind to that 2021 draft. Where the Falcons taking a 4 instead of Pitts? I know I sound like a hater here, but there's no way.
Noted Falcons hater.
There's no way they're taking Pitts at 4 in a redraft.
Probably Micah Parsons, right? I mean, if he even makes it to 4.
Like, it has to be
Parsons. Don't hesitate.
Yeah, it has to be Parsons, right? Either Parsons or Fields. I'd still take Fields. Like, I'll die on that hill, but whatever.
Oh, I'm right there with you on that hill. Yeah. Like, we wanted Fields in the moment. We're like, oh, yeah, he fell to us. Like, this is the chance, guys. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it was like, well, they're not going to have another opportunity to draft a quarterback. Hey, Mike Jones Jr. said.
Hey, Mike Jones Jr. heard you.
Right after I slandered him, too. Wow. Last row, I was like, oh, yeah, I don't think he's good. And he must have heard the slander. So good for you, Mike Jones Jr. I think he's got it. He's got a good shot at the practice squad for sure. There's the Gaz setting that up,
And Joe Gaziano has been the lone bright spot of this game.
He looks like a starter out there playing against backups, like as he should.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
The way he used that long arm.
Yeah. Hey, they forced a 4th down. Wow.
Man. Is this going to be a Boswell?
It's going to be a long field goal. Oh, no, it's a punt. No, that sack knocked him out of field goal range. Good job.
Oh, nice. Great.
Good job.
Hey.
Great job, Mike Jones Jr. Great job.
Sweet.
I don't know. Like, I guess Boswell's getting old. I think Boswell could hit that in a dome in his earlier years.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, I mean, I think if this wasn't the preseason, they'd probably try it. But I don't think you risk, like, your kicker getting hurt on, like, a long-ass field goal in the preseason. You just, like, don't.
That was a hell of a punt, by the way.
That was a great punt. Yeah.
You guys are doing everything right tonight.
Yeah.
Like that, you draw it up that way.
Oh yeah, no, it's a perfect punt. Great job. I'm wondering if they're gonna, actually go to commercial again here. I feel like we've had 25 commercial breaks in the first half. Okay, they're not. Probably contractually they've used too many already, but
keep on the field.
They got to share some for the rest, save some for the rest of the game. Well, mercifully, the first half is just near the end here, so hopefully we'll get into the second half, and it can't be any worse than the first half. That's the good thing.
Unless someone suffers a severe injury, maybe it'd be worse. But
why would you even say that, Alan? Why would you put that?
I'm
sorry.
You
put that into the universe.
Alan, say whatever you want. Jinxes aren't a thing.
Okay, that's right. Adnan's, he's got a lot of corners, and that jinxes aren't real is one of his corners for sure. We should get some kind of sound effect for like Adnan's corner and just play it every time. Reminds me of like what is it? I don't know if you guys. I'm sure a lot of people listen to you around the NFL podcast, but I always enjoyed like. When they do their fantasy show, they have like Mark Sessler's corner where he just gives like weird fantasy advice, and it just every year it got like progressively like darker. Like, the first year there was like some car sounds that they would play. The second year there was like some screaming in the background, and there was like gunfire and like just, so Adnan's corner could get progressively like more and more dangerous as the season goes on.
Hey, I'm down to do a brainstorm on the Discord.
Yeah, we'll workshop that. We'll workshop some good bits. So,
also, I do want to complain. I want to complain about the fantasy analysts on Twitter. Is it just me, or is every single fantasy tweet some new stupid hot take of like comparing one player to like this player?
They gotta chase those retweets and likes.
Like
Is George Pickens better than Justin Jefferson?
No, I was seeing something that's like Roshan Johnson is this year's Damian Pierce, and it's like Roshan Johnson's a third stringer on the Bears.
Yeah, like let's calm down. Calm down a little bit.
Like it's nothing but like throwing out comparison names. It's like, oh, Gibbs is the new Alvin Kamara. It's like, come on, like what are we doing?
He's
here,
averaged
guys?
like 3 yards a carry in the preseason. Let's calm down.
Yeah, but did you see that video of him like having a couple pass protections?
Hey, you gotta pass protect. Okay, wow, Logan Woodside just got clobbered.
Poor Logan
Toledo
Woodside.
legend. Toledo legend Logan Woodside.
Man, this is so unfun right now.
Yeah,
I mean, we're
kind
of having we're making the most of it right now.
We're trying. We're throwing in some fantasy talk. Adnan's corner, yeah.
At least we can shit around a little bit.
Yeah.
Honestly, shout out to the entity that will not be named that was complaining about us doing play-by-play because it would be miserable doing play-by-play.
Yeah, that would suck for this game, that's for sure. So.
Like this would be a terrible play-by-play game.
Yeah.
This is where the play-by-play guys really earn their money, trying to keep up with this game. The same enthusiasm.
Man, Joey Porter Jr. just like held on for dear life on
Josh Ali right there.
First round pick, Joey Porter Jr.
Still
playing. Was he in the
second? I think he went high second.
Yeah, I think it was the first pick of the second. Because remember, the Dolphins lost their first round pick.
Oh, Ali just got clobbered right there.
That was a terrible pass, also.
Yeah, it was. He got clobbered by Trenton Thompson out of San Diego State.
Yep.
Ali should have a better pass, and you would have had a. Well, no,
you would have had a chance to catch that. Yeah.
You would have had a chance, but man, that would have been difficult.
Yeah. Well, I think he would have been able to stay on his feet if he hadn't gotten the ball was he had to like try to leap for it, so he might not have gotten hit so hard if he had actually. It's that 2nd and 10 run we love.
I mean,
take that analytics. Yeah.
All right, let's do a nice running clock in the second half.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah. It's like watch, honestly, Natrone Brooks like played George Pickens on that touchdown like really well. Like that was I honestly don't know like how much better he could have done on that play. So
maybe if he turned his head around, but
we're talking about a UDFA like 5'10". Like he's like 5'10" going against George Pickens on like a deep route. It's like, well, this probably isn't going to go well, and like he got his hand on the ball, like he got his hand in there and almost break it.
Yeah, Pickens does a great job at those contested catches. It's because he can hardly ever separate, so he sort of has to.
Yeah.
He's just so physical too. Like you even see him as a blocker. Oh, he plays with some serious edge.
Oh yeah. No, I like that.
A UGA legend right there, George Pickens.
There you go. There's Dog. There's Dog.
The people are talking right now. He's not. London's much better than George Pickens.
I'm gonna get some water. I'll be back in like 5. Yeah,
it's all good.
I'm unlike you guys are. You're true pros. I need to adapt to this.
Alan's stepping out for cigarettes. He'll be back definitely.
No. Just because I'm Croatian doesn't mean I smoke cigarettes. Man. I'm just trying to drink some water. Get a few pistachios.
No, you're like dad. You're like dad. Dad just stepped out for some cigarettes. He's coming back for sure. He's coming back. Yeah. All right. Well, go get your hydrate. You got to stay hydrated. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But yeah.
Well, that's the last we've seen of Allen.
Yeah. No, Alan's out. He's like, oh yeah, I did not sign up for this catastrophe. So yeah, we haven't seen Zay Malone at all, and I think that might be because they're like, we don't want to put any more tape on this guy out there. And maybe that means he's either making the roster or that they're trying to sneak him onto the practice squad. But yeah,
he'll definitely be somewhere.
Yeah.
Like he I think he had too good of a summer to just be cut outright.
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, I think he'll be back on the squad or
Man,
that was a rough first half. That was a real turd, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, that was terrible. Worst half of a preseason game, and it's been a while.
Yeah,
It's been a long
it's
time.
going to happen, to some extent. When like the first 14 points, it's like, okay, I mean, honestly, like Natrone Brooks and Breon Borders, those are your third string guys. Like that's not even your second string corners. So like, and honestly, like Natrone Brooks, like we said, not the worst I've ever seen, but yeah, and like we're not seeing, like, honestly, a lot of the second team isn't even playing. I'm surprised like Taquan Graham's out there, because guys like Nate Landman's not playing. None of the second string corners were really playing. There were a couple of like second string like depth guys, like Jalen Hawkins was out there some, but like it was kind of a weird mismatch. Yeah.
He didn't look bad. Like except for Joe Gaziano.
Yeah. No, the Gauze is untouchable. The Gauze is
Gaziano should not step on that field in the second half.
Yeah. No. Joe Gaziano too good. Yeah.
Yeah, give him, like, he needs to make this roster. Like I don't care at this point. If Gaziano's off this roster, I'm gonna complain.
They're gonna we're gonna raise hell if Joe Gaziano's not in this roster. So
we need to get Joe Gaziano. Hey, when's Brian Poole coming on the show, by the way? I saw your interaction on Twitter.
He hasn't gotten back to me yet, but I hope that he does, because we'd love to have him on. Brian Poole, if you're scouting out this show, we can do better. We would get a lot more hyped for your appearance. Promise. So we wouldn't bring you on to do commentary for the third preseason game. We would bring you on for something more interesting. I promise. Wouldn't subject you to this level of commentary. So
yeah, I would love to know like why the fuck we cut Brian Poole.
Right? He went on and had like several good seasons. He's only 30. Like, let's get him back in here. Like, he's 30 no years old. Be worse than Breon Borders tonight. Right? Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like, I would ask him. As like, I mean, I didn't think he was like. I mean, I know he got hurt, but like, I don't know. Maybe he's just. I don't know if he chose to retire or what.
Like, I just can't believe there's 110 fiends in here like watching us
sickos.
Talk about terrible game.
Yeah. Whew. Well, hey, it would either, if it wasn't for you guys, we'd just be doing this, talking to ourselves, or be subjecting.
No, if it wasn't for you guys, we just wouldn't do this, honestly.
Yeah, no, I'd just be sitting on the couch, just like, talking to my wife about it. And she'd be like, okay, like, yeah, I don't even know who these people are. Yeah, that's kind of the point. Yeah, you're right. Like, why are we doing this? You're right. You gotta ask yourself what's happening. Why are we here? We're all just energy, man. So.
Yeah. Hey, look on the bright side. We'll all be dead one day. None of this will matter.
None of this will matter. That's right. Oh man, did you see this will be our only entry into politics, but did you see the Trump mugshot? He looks very upset.
I did see the Trump mugshot. Yeah. I see like 100 people changed it to the profile picture on Twitter.
Yeah. Like, I mean, that's great meme, right? Like, that's just fantastic memeing, right? Like, there's so many like ways you can go with that. I'm really excited to see where people take it.
I didn't even realize that. Yeah, I just made a Jim Irsay reference.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, hey, what the fuck is he doing? Man. Like, what the hell is Jim Irsay doing right now? Like, I have no idea what's going through his head.
I was concerned when Jeff Saturday got made the coach. I was like, oh, something is wrong. Something is very wrong.
Look, Jeff Saturday, like, his coaching experience was like at the high school level.
Yes.
And they just brought him in from like ESPN, and they're like, hey, Jeff, here.
I like you.
Then he won his first game.
Yeah, he did. Good for him.
I remember he won his first game, and he was like winning his second game. And everyone's like, damn, it must be really easy to be a head coach.
And then it all fell apart. And I think he ended up going 1-6 or something like that. But
like, in fairness, I completely I respect that decision, because Jim Irsay was all about the tank. Like, Jim Irsay knew that them signing and trading for these veteran quarterbacks was not working at all. It was just blowing up in their face. Phillip Rivers didn't work. Carson Wentz didn't work. Matt Ryan didn't work. And they're like, look, they need to properly tank, and they need to go actually like get their quarterback of the future. And that's exactly what they did with Jeff Saturday.
Yeah.
I respect it. Honestly, I wish the Falcons would have done it when they started out 0-5.
Yeah. I mean, not everything he does is like bad or something. It's just like he just gets some really weird things going. And like this whole like public kerfuffle with Jonathan Taylor, where he's like, well, we could both die tomorrow and the NFL would go on. It's like, why would you say that? Why would you say that? Why don't you just shut your mouth? Like, just don't say anything. Jeez.
God, I just wish I knew what that meeting was like in that RV where he just like pulled up to camp and he's like, hey, I'm in here.
Oh my god.
Who that happened? There has to be some guy in the like Colts front office that was like, fuck, this is not a good idea.
Oh no. The Ursay mobile just pulled up. Somebody get over there and like shut this down. And nope, he's already got Taylor in there. Oh god. Get the key. Somebody get the key. Get the welding kit. We gotta weld our way in there.
Jonathan Taylor rescue mission at that point.
Oh my god. He's not coming out. We're not gonna find him. Yeah.
I am wondering how, like, I'm sure it will play out with Jonathan Taylor actually like playing for them because nobody's given the first rounder for him.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think it's dangerous. Like the player's leverage is Jonathan Taylor picks up any bumps or bruises, like he has no incentive to go back out there and to like or to try and like push through that injury to that recovery.
Yeah. No, I mean I don't speaking of fantasy, I wouldn't touch him. I wouldn't.
Absolutely not.
He has no interest in helping out that franchise. So
look, yeah, I'm nervous about that Saquon Barkley pick I made in our league, like because Barkley is in like a similar boat of all right, if he like gets nicked up, it's like, why would he push that return? Right. Shit, maybe I shouldn't have taken him.
Why do you think I always take quarterbacks in Superflex? Like, because it's, I mean, they're just drastically safer.
Herbert.
Oh, that's Herbert. Right. You're talking about second round. Yeah. No, Herbert's gonna be good this year. I'm excited about that.
Oh, bro, Herbert, like with Kellen Moore.
Yeah, I'm in.
That's why I was stoked about that Keenan Allen pick too. I think that one's more. I think that one's very underrated because Keenan's going to catch like 100 passes.
Yeah,
this
it's
year.
Literally just as long as he doesn't get hurt, like he's going to be a wide receiver one, lock and load it. But you just have to have a backup for him otherwise. But other than that, like when he plays, it'll be good. So
very stoked about the Tua pick as well. Man, I'm really.
I was like, I can't believe he's still here. Like, I was like shocked.
Bro, no offense to like some of the guys in our league. There's no way some of these quarterbacks should have gone over Tua. I'm sorry.
No, I think a lot of these guys. Well, yeah. I mean, a lot of. To be fair to the patrons, right? Like, not everybody plays Superflex. It is sort of a newer thing.
No, I'm talking about the quarterback. I'm talking about the quarterbacks that were picked before Tua, not.
Like in general, like the. Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Well, I think it was like Daniel Jones went ahead of him, and. I mean, Daniel Jones, like fantasy wise, is going to be a good fantasy quarterback, but I don't think he's going to be I mean, if Tua stays healthy, he's going to outperform Daniel Jones. Yeah. No, Nico's very right though. Like it's the Chargers. How can you be confident? I mean, yeah, fair. Like something always goes wrong with that team, but like I'm not expecting them to make the playoffs or do anything great. It's more like I just need
playoffs.
Well, they should, but it's like. I don't need
Staley's out of there if they don't make the playoffs.
I think he probably should be. Brandon Staley, good point.
Yeah. Sorry, Brandon Staley.
Yeah. No, I think like Staley. Right. Yeah. Like if I think either way they should probably fire Brandon Staley, but they should have gotten rid of him this year, because that defense was awful.
I don't know how he survived that blown lead against the Jaguars.
Yeah. No one does.
Defensive head coach.
That's something you don't really recover from.
But no, like I'm a big Justin Herbert truther just in general. Like I'm just not even like talking about fantasy. Like Justin Herbert, like he is one of those guys where I think his ceiling is legitimately being the second best quarterback in the league right after Mahomes.
I think so.
Like he is legitimately a monster.
Yeah.
And I think he'll be unleashed this year with Kellen Moore. Like I think he was really like held back with Lombardi. But I think they needed a lot more creative play calling.
Yeah, no, they did. I mean, it was awful. Like that Joe Lombardi offense.
And like most of his passes were just like, I think he was like last in the NFL in average depth of pass.
Yeah,
which is why he's like one of the biggest arms in the NFL.
Yeah.
I just think the Chargers need more just speed in general. I feel like they're like the
Yeah.
slowest offense.
They got
Like, yeah, Mike Williams explosive. Don't get me wrong, but
they got Quentin Johnson in the draft.
yeah, and
Yeah,
hopefully
that'll
he's
help. That'll help. Yeah.
yeah, because like a guy like Josh Perkins, I just think he's such an ordinary player, and Keenan Allen's aging. And look, everyone loves Eckler, but Eckler doesn't necessarily break the top off the defense. Like, he doesn't have that breakaway speed.
No, he's more like shifty. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So like and Gerald Everett's cool, but he makes too many mental errors. So I just think they just need more consistency and speed at the skill position players, personnel just in general. But I like what they're building. Just I don't know, they're just fragile. And in the AFC, like if they were in the NFC, guaranteed playoff team. I think in the NFC, they're the fourth best team. Like they're probably a little bit above. But in the AFC, they might be the 10th best team.
Yeah, the AFC's turned into like the Western Conference and like the NBA of the decade. It's just so tough. Meanwhile, in the NFC, can you name the top 3 quarterbacks? Like it's Hurts, and then who?
Right. Who?
I'm not putting Fields. I'm not putting Fields in the top 3.
Fields is not.
I'll still put Dak there.
Last year.
Dak's come off a down year.
Yeah, maybe Dak. Kirk Cousins, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's probably Cousins. So
this might be a hot take, man. I'm putting Geno after the year he had.
Geno had a good year.
Geno had a great season.
I think Geno had a great year, man. Dude, he was making throws like really tough.
But that's the point I'm making. It's like Geno Smith in the top 3. Like this conference is ass when it comes to quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you have the AFC, and it's like, all right, Mahomes, Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, Trevor Lawrence, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Aaron Rodgers. If you think he still has that gas left in the tank, like it's insane.
It's like everybody went to the AFC. I remember like in the 2010s, the NFC was that way.
Oh, the NFC was
So it was like it's funny.
The AFC, and that was it.
Yeah, it's just how quickly it's changed. So
yeah. Like, if you guys had to do 3 wildcard teams AFC, who would it be?
Ooh, let's see. You go ahead. You can go first, Adnan.
Well,
the game is back on, by the way. We'll let you guys know if anything interesting happens.
Fuck the game.
Yeah, fuck the world.
I mean, this game sucks. Let's be honest. Yeah. I mean, look, never mind. We're here to talk about the game. Hey guys, Josh Hawley just did something.
He did. He caught a nice pass.
All right, so I'm gonna go with the Dolphins as one. I think the Bills win that division. I'll go with the Chargers as another one. I think the Chiefs win that division.
Yep.
And we're talking one more. If not, I will go with the Bengals.
Ooh, so you have Baltimore winning the division?
I have Baltimore winning that division.
Okay.
Interesting.
Very possible.
And that does leave out the Jets, but
I never trust the Jets.
I think I'll put the Dolphins over the Jets, honestly.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, there's plenty of options. Steelers will be feisty. I think Patriots will be feisty.
Jalen Mayfield just got annihilated, by the way.
Ooh,
he whipped. God damn.
Wow.
Yeah. Right, hair big.
He didn't even hold it properly.
Oh my God, Jalen.
You got just the organization just has to admit, look at that rep.
Jalen Mayfield's like, you could see it on his body language. He's like, oh, that was probably the one.
You saw like Woodside when he got hit. He just like looked at Jalen Mayfield.
He was like, wow. They got to keep a tight end in over there to block. He just got annihilated again. Look at Woodside was like, screw this. I'm not standing in this pocket. He's like, I'm not standing in here anymore. I'm getting out of here. I'm done. I'm taking off. I'm taking enough hits tonight. Jalen Mayfield just immediately gets beat again.
Bro, Nerman, aren't you at the game? Why are you like watching us right now?
Oh man, you're at the game? Not like going to a third preseason game.
Oof. Big, massive oof.
All right, it's all right. Hey, Logan Woodside got it to 3rd and 10.
Hey.
Third. Oh,
there we go. Matthew Sexton. There we go. Logan Woodside dealing over here. Just
with the nice catch right there. Hey, Logan Woodside. Hey, comeback coming on.
Yeah. The comeback?
Hey, don't call it a comeback.
Yeah.
That pocket in Banners was very clean and
That was much better.
good catch. A very good catch by Sexton, who was in a little bit of traffic right there.
Mm-hmm. All right.
All right. Outside out of the shotgun right there. And
yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
How about that catch by Arcega-Whiteside? Now we're cooking.
Yeah.
That's the game right there.
Whiteside's a little hobbled after that one. Great catch.
Make those contested
That's
catches.
a little high right there, but Arcega-Whiteside went up and high pointed it.
Yeah. That's what he was good at in college. Like, you just get the ball in his general direction. But
he's got that catch radius.
Yeah.
He beat James Pierre out of Florida Atlantic for that one. Ooh. Oh, hey, how about Woodside with some escapability and a nice throw?
He's taking him to the Woodside, Adnan. The Woodside's finally showing up.
This is what we saw in camp. Logan Woodside out there wheeling and dealing. Hey, got some action out here.
Wait, no, I got a better one now. Now that in honor of my Star Wars shirt, it's like the dark side. We're gonna take him to the wood side. Convert everyone to the wood side of the Force.
Hey, Woodside's on a streak right now.
He's on a hot streak as he completes that.
He avoided Toby Ndukwe, the rookie out of Sam Houston State, who had a chance at that sack on the last play. Hey, Logan Woodside's on fire right now.
Yeah.
Parker Hesse, he's a starter, he's a second stringer, he's a third stringer, no plays off.
They literally said like he has to be in there because he's so like integral to the way the offense runs. Like they literally can't like run the offense without him. So like he just has to play.
Big compliment.
Yeah.
There's the first run we've seen in a while. It's on 2nd and 9.
Yep, I love those 2nd and 9 runs. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. Could need some more Woodside magic here on 3rd and 8. So.
Oh, is that Schaefer's in? That's another Georgia Bulldog, right?
Yeah, the dog, yeah.
All right, we're gonna watch him closely because there's damn sure no way I want to watch Jalen Mayfield closely. Oh, man.
There we go. There's that Woodside magic we're talking about. Oh, there's flag comes in at the end there. Probably have to be on the defense. I don't see how that could.
Washington lowers the shoulder right there against Trenton Thompson.
Yeah.
And came up, talking some trash.
Yeah.
Let's see it.
Oh, yep. And then it's a personal foul on the Steelers. So. Yeah.
Personal.
There we go. Adnan, the comeback. Here we go.
Hey. Don't let us get one. Don't let us get one.
Don't let me get in my zone. Logan Woodside's getting in the zone, so gotta at least get some points on the board here, just so we can run with the narrative that a comeback could happen. That's all we need, just enough to run with the narrative.
And we are narrative drivers on this show, professional narrative drivers.
Right.
There goes the completion streak.
Protection broke down.
Yeah, he just had to get rid of that immediately. Toledo legend Logan Woodside working here.
Always I appreciate the small schools.
Yeah. We did have Zay Malone in there for like one snap, which was interesting.
That's weird, yeah.
Another 2nd and 10 run and a fumble by Carlos Washington. So there it goes.
Lost any hope of winning that roster spot with that one.
Looked like helmet straight directly to the ball.
That's Godwin and Weekay.
No, that was Carlos. Oh yeah. Oh no, I'm sorry. Yeah,
congrats to winning that roster spot with that Washington.
Coughed up the ball inside the 10. There you go. All right. Well, on that note, I'm gonna go get another drink so I can get through the rest of this game. I'll be back in just a minute.
How about NFC? How about NFC, Adnan? NFC wild card.
Hold on, let me just tweet out this. Make this tweet talking shit.
Yeah. You gotta get the takes off.
All right. NFC wildcard teams
I
this
thought
year.
there's two obvious ones, but then the seventh seed.
So the Cowboys are one.
Yeah.
I'd say that they're definitely the obvious one. And the other one is
Seattle?
I think Geno regresses, honestly. I'm not picking Seattle.
You don't think the roster is at least good enough?
I think the roster is okay. It's fine. I like their wide receivers. I like the Charbonnet pick. But I genuinely don't think Geno will be as good this year as he was last year. I'm gonna go with, man, this one's the NFC is tough. NFC is tough.
There's a lot of flawed teams.
The NFC is kind of ass. Man, I'm looking at the North right now, and I don't think the Packers are gonna make it. I'm gonna go with the Bears. That's my hot take.
Wow. Okay, that is totally out of nowhere.
The Bears, and then I will go with.
I have no idea what to expect from them. Like they're intriguing, but I don't know what they got on defense. I don't know what to make of their coaching staff.
Honestly, you know what? I'm gonna go with the Vikings too. I think 3 teams from the NFC North make it.
Teams from NFC North.
Yeah.
Shit.
I think the Vikings will edge out the Seahawks. I think the Falcons will win the division.
Interesting. So then you have Detroit winning the division. Okay.
I have Detroit. Finally winning that division for the first time since 1993, I think.
Yeah, this is the Lions' time. They have to make it happen. I am a little concerned about their receivers, though. Like the fact that Marvin Jones is starter is in the year 2023. I don't know about that. Oh, Arthur Blank making an appearance.
Shout out to
hell of a suit.
Also, to answer the question, if the Falcons cut Jalen Mayfield this year, they stand to save about $900,000.
These are things you have to consider.
Because he's a $1.5 million or $1.4 million cap hit, it would still carry a dead cap of $573K.
Gotcha.
Next year it's obviously more cap savings.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly think that Arthur Smith likes Jalen Mayfield too much for whatever reason. I don't think that I think Mayfield at the very least will be on the practice squad. Not saying he should, but I think Arthur Smith isn't giving up on him.
I just think that's a whole issue with coaches in general. They just don't want to give up on high round picks until the very end. They just have too much pride.
Yeah, I mean, beyond that, Arthur Smith doesn't even want to give up on Felipe Franks, and he wasn't a high round pick. There's some guys that just coaches just they're their guys.
They get 3 final opportunities.
Yeah, I mean, I want Mayfield to be better. I genuinely do, but man, it's tough watching him out here.
Yeah, he's been a liability in pass protection from the very first game, and he just has bad hands, bad footwork.
Yeah, bad hands and bad footwork is a bad combination for an offensive line.
He just looks clumsy. I don't know what he's good at. He might have had 2 good games his rookie year, but besides that, it's just there's nothing to his game. Who's this still? Oh, it's Mason Rudolph. Oh wow,
Mason Rudolph.
Oh man,
is he the guy that got popped by
yeah, he's Myles Garrett. Yeah, I'm just shocked he's on the Steelers roster still. You would think a guy that was a starter at one point, then was a second stringer, now is a third stringer. You just think he would go to another team and compete. Why still be at the same organization that clearly doesn't view you as a starter?
Also, Trevor Woodworth, I'm with you. I don't know why they didn't play the starters either. It was a golden opportunity. But on that note, I'm also going to be back soon.
Yes, that's fine. No, I mean, I thought that the Steelers weren't going to play their starters. So in that case, I was like, oh, well, you don't need to play your starters against their backups. I get that. But with the Steelers playing their starters, I think they probably there was more maybe justification for that, but whatever. But yeah, Mason Rudolph, I guess, is playing now. So hey, there's that.
Yeah.
And
I'm looking at these suits right now. I'm very impressed with the wardrobe selection here. Coy Wire, DJ Shockley.
Yeah, man, DJ Shockley looks massive next to these people.
And Coy Wire was a linebacker, and DJ Shockley's a QB.
Yeah. So, I mean, he's still looking good, man. He's looking good. That purple shirt. It's clutch.
The longest reigning former player to be Falcons media.
I think you're right. He's been
there
for a while now.
He's on the beat for a long time.
Yeah. A lot of sloppy defense here. Darren Hall just now getting on the field in the late third quarter, so that's not a good sign for him.
Bad missed tackle there.
Yep.
It's especially on those bootlegs when the defender misses that initial tackle. It's like, let's get that angle right. Make the hit.
Yeah, you got to at least make contact.
Yeah.
It's one thing if
especially
you
when
like
it gets a tight end.
Yeah. It's one thing if they just don't go down, but like you got to at least make contact.
Yeah. Don't let the tight end prove he's more elusive.
Yeah. That's never a good sign.
Oof, Jerry Jeudy. Man, every year he's struggling with injuries.
Did he just get hurt again?
Yeah, he's out for several weeks.
Wow.
Hamstring.
Wow.
Yeah. Here's London.
Yep. Mikhail London there. Another third down opportunity, Allen. Hey. So far that has not been particularly a good down for the Falcons in this game. So
yeah. They can't let Mason Rudolph get a scoring drive.
You say that. You say that.
Yeah. I see Zach Gentry in there, one of the many Steeler tight ends.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, you were right.
Empty set.
Yeah.
There you
go. Got some pressure.
Nice anticipation. Rudolph looks uncomfortable.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
All right.
I can't believe he was getting legit starter snaps at one point.
Yeah. Okay, here comes my son Zay Malone at punt returner.
Got some nice gloves on.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a face mask on that.
Ooh.
Where's the flag? That looked like a pretty obvious face mask to me.
Refs want to go home, even though that won't make the game quicker. Yeah. That really was a face mask. I don't know what.
I don't know how they didn't see that one.
Yeah.
That was pretty egregious.
What let me think.
Oh yeah, I haven't given you my wild cards yet.
Yeah, let's do wild cards. I want to talk about some positions on this team, but
yeah. No,
what do you got? We got AFC wild card.
Let's see.
Because you could go like 7 different teams.
There's so many different. Yeah, there's so many different ones you can go with.
Like other than the Texans, Colts, Raiders, and Titans, I think any answer is acceptable.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm gonna have the Ravens as the top wild card seed, then the Chargers number 2, and then the Jets, I think, get that third one. But I could also see the Steelers sneaking in because they just seem to always have a winning record. So but I don't know. I just don't trust. I just hate putting the Jets in there. I just don't trust them. Like,
what I'm curious about is, do you have Buffalo or Miami out? So it sounds like you're out on one.
I have Miami out. I don't think Tua is going to stay healthy.
I'm super high on Miami.
Man.
I just
Teron Armstead's already hurt.
Oh, is he?
I love that roster. Yeah, Teron Armstead's already hurt. It's just like,
man.
Yeah, I'm just like, ooh. That roster is like a house of cards, like,
because I think,
but it's really good on paper. It's really good on paper.
I think their peak, they could be the third best team in the AFC, and I don't think it's exaggeration. But it's just, you got guys like David Long, you got like Teron Armstead. See, now we're
Jalen Ramsey's out. It's like
they just have so many injury-prone players. But I just want to believe, because I do think Mike McDaniel's legit good coach.
He is a good coach.
I think Fangio's brilliant. So they got the pieces there, and they got the explosiveness. So I think Miami wins the division. I'm that high on them, but wow, it would not shock me if they went like 7-10, and Mike White starts like 6 games.
Yeah. No, I mean I think that's sort of what I'm afraid of. But I don't know, that team just they scare me. But it just reminds me, like the Falcons let Matt LaFleur and Mike McDaniel both walk out the door. Ended up back with Dirk Cutter instead of hiring one of those guys. So,
man, we gotta stop bringing up 2019. I don't like talking about 2019.
I don't want to. I'm not having fun anymore.
like I literally, other than Julio putting up numbers, like I can't recall 2019.
That was a depressing season. It was honestly because they lost
the
like all of their
Austin Hooper.
Yeah. And like they lost like 3 starting safeties. Like they lost like their top 3 safeties in like the first 2 weeks.
Oh, that was 2018.
Yeah. It was like Rico and Keanu Neal and like even the third safety went down.
Was it Casey?
I think so.
At some point. Oh.
Yeah.
Now, 2018 was rough, but 2019 it was just disgusting. Yeah. Like the defense was allowing 30 to 40 points a game. Yeah, so there was a game against Houston where Deshaun Watson maybe threw 3 incompletions, and I just never felt at any point Deshaun Watson felt phased. Like he was just in total command. That was a game Will Fuller just went berserk.
Yeah. Whew. All right, hey, first down. Logan Woodside, we're back. Okay.
I'm gonna look up the Falcons schedule. There's got to be better games than the Vikings and Packers. Like what they're promoting right now.
Yeah, that's
like.
Well, they have no primetime games, so that's part of it.
Right.
They do actually have a really weak schedule, so.
Yeah, I know they play the Jets in MetLife, which I'm very much looking forward to. That's gonna be a high-profile game.
Yeah.
But do they have like not any appealing home games? Like talk about like just against big-time opponents.
Yeah.
I see Carolina, Green Bay. Jacksonville's in London, so that doesn't really count. Houston, Washington, Minnesota, New Orleans, Carolina, Indy. Okay, wow, they really have. This schedule is very nice. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
The toughest opponent is Jets, Jaguars. Wow. Benefits of being in the NFC South.
There you go. Yeah, it helps.
And they ate up that screen. That screen, you always get concerned with the screen when like quarterback's like 12, 15 yards backpedaling.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you just want to release that ball. Hopefully you got 2 lead blockers.
Yeah, no,
that's one thing I appreciate. Appreciate most about Jake Matthews. Jake Matthews' ability to get out in open space and make cut blocks.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's scary because like the Falcons starting offensive line I think is actually really good, but then you see these depth offensive linemen and it's like, oh god, like this is so scary. Like if any of these guys have to play.
But at the same time, I think that stands for pretty much any team in the league.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say? Like
yeah, a lot of teams are like that. A lot of teams are like that. Yeah.
That's why I think it's so important to have a quarterback that has legitimate athleticism, and you have a coaching staff that knows how to navigate through having holes on the offensive line.
Yeah.
What if he can't throw deep?
Max protect or just do some weird personnel packages.
Oh man, get that Woodside dump off. Woods the sack. Great job.
Yeah, that was a great job.
Great job.
That
looked like a sure sack to me. So nice job by Woodside there. But
I just love that little scoop. Like
he was like, "Oop."
Yeah.
Nice job, Parker Hesse, just being a hero back there.
Yeah. Now I wanted to ask, besides obviously quarterback position, like what on the roster, like what positional group has you like most intrigued? Like what has you like really glued to see? Okay, is this positional group going to take the lead?
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously like the D line is big, right? They added all these pieces. I think that the starting D line could actually be really good. I think the wide receiver group outside of Drake London, like, can Matt Collins be somebody? Can Scotty Miller be somebody? Is that group because a lot of people think the wide receiver group is like a disaster. I don't think it's that bad. So I'm interested to see if they can get
I'm
better
actually
production out of that. Yeah.
I'm excited to see if the offensive line can follow up on last season. Like, was last year a fluke? Aided by 55% like run calls, and this being a line where they're better in run blocking than pass protection. Because I don't know if they'll run the ball 55% of the time again. I think they'll run the ball more than they pass it, but that was a lot.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to see how the offensive line does as a follow up. They're getting this praise now. Are they going to be able to take that next step in pass protection? Looking at Caleb McGarry, obviously Matthew Bergeron's a question mark. Drew Dahlman's a question mark. We know what we have in Jake Matthews. He's as steady as they come. Chris Lindstrom's the best guard in the NFL. So definitely, I'm definitely intrigued about the offensive line, and I hope that last year wasn't a fluke.
Yeah.
I was listening to the Athletic podcast earlier. Nate Tice mentioned a very interesting stat that no team used max protect more than the Falcons last year. They used it 93 times.
Wow.
So I maybe some of that's a testament to just having no receiver depth, or some of it's just a lack of faith in the offensive line, but I don't see them using as much of max.
But also they used it because they called so many deep shots, because that's what I keep bringing up over and over and over again all summer, all month. I've been saying it, and all month this is why I've been harping on that deep pass from Desmond Ridder, to the point where I'm annoying about it. I know I'm annoying about it. I don't care that I'm annoying about it. I don't feel like I'm nitpicking here. Like, you have to be able to throw the ball deep in this offense, and I think that stat. We saw Marcus Mariota miss those deep shots all the time, but they kept being called all the time, because that's how Arthur Smith likes to call the game. And I don't think he's going to change that drastically. That's why you have to be able to throw the ball deep accurately. It can't dump offs are fine. The short to intermediate game is fine. You're not going to be able to do that exclusively against the good teams in the NFL, against the good defenses in the NFL. And you're not going to be able to do that exclusively in Arthur Smith's offense. It's just not designed like that.
Right. All right, we're back out here, back to this game. So you can feel my enthusiasm just jumping off the page.
Going to be one more quarter.
Yeah, we're almost there.
The dog days of preseason. The dog days.
So close.
It's not a good shutout, guys.
Oh damn! What are they eating right now? Are those Snickers?
Man. Is that? I think it's like it's like a nacho bowl in the stadium. Like, you see this?
Wow, dude!
It's like the little burnt nacho stuff.
That was phenomenal.
Yeah,
I think it's only $15 too.
Yeah.
Jesus, Coy Wire, that's a big. He's got the hat. It's a screw call in the game. We're eating nachos and wearing funky hats.
I mean, yeah, I would be doing the same.
Oh man, why can't someone bring us some nachos?
Yeah.
Why some big
that
hats.
Box is awesome though. The stadium shaped box. I like it. Yeah.
Nachos do hit the spot.
Yeah, nachos right now would be clutch. That's for sure.
I hope whoever's working press at the game gets a piece of those nachos. I feel bad for anyone that has to do media for this game.
Yeah, I mean, typically the spread in the press box is pretty good, but I don't know how if they half-ass it for the preseason games. Because I went to a regular season games. There was a carving station. There was
regular season do it up.
Yeah, it was legit. I don't know if they phone it in for the preseason. It's just cafeteria food.
I hope not.
Yeah.
I was at Falcons Jets MetLife last year, and selection was terrible. It was preseason. But then I remember going to Falcons Patriots Sunday night game, and they had 4 different styles of meat. Different mac and cheese, sweet potatoes, Sunday Night Football, Foxborough. They made you feel like you're at a 5-star restaurant.
I mean, it's because they had Chris Collinsworth, and they had
big media.
Yeah, they had the national guys over there.
Yeah.
You got to pull out all the stops for those guys.
It's this is gonna be short.
I will say, the Mercedes-Benz PR hit it out of the park by showing that picture of everything you can get at the stadium for $20, because that went like viral on all like platforms, and I mean, yeah, as it should. Like that's the one thing where it's like, yeah, the Falcons prices, stadium prices are just the gold standard, like across all sports.
Yeah. No, I mean that
Mercedes
helps.
Benz price. Yeah.
Yeah, it helps a lot. I mean, it's the food is good too. Like it's not just like crap food either. The only issue is, it's expensive to get in the door. But once you get in the door, they don't just like nickel and dime you for everything.
But like it's like that for everything. Like when I went to the Taylor Swift concert, I got a hot dog for like $1.50 over there.
Yeah. Even the beer's not that crazy. I think the beers are like $7 or $8, which is like, you can go to some stadiums and the beers are like $12.
Dude, that's a bargain. $7, $8.
That's for like a craft too. Like
I went to Tropicana Field for the Rays and Braves series. Early July. It was in early July, and I just remember mid-July, and everything is so overpriced over there, especially after you got so used to like the stadium food here. Like a hot dog was $8.
Yeah,
like it was $8 for a hot dog. If you wanted a slice of pizza, it was $14, and it's like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, it's just nuts. It gets so ridiculous. I feel like there should be rules, like federal rules for like the maximum concession prices, like because this is getting out of hand.
The thing is, like,
oh man, as a New Yorker, I would love that to be enforced.
Yeah.
They gave us so I was really hungry, so I shelled out the $8 for the hot dog, and they accidentally gave me 2. So I just like, even though I didn't like, I know I wasn't hungry for both, I still ate it just out of pride, and I just pretended like I paid 4 for each.
What do you guys go to stadium dishes? Like, what's the number one food you gotta have?
Like to be honest with you, when I go to a lot of Hawks games, and I always get a chicken sandwich because they have the little Chick-fil-A, like the little Chick-fil-A tent over there in the corner of State Farm Arena, and those chicken sandwiches they're not too much more than the chicken sandwiches outside of the arena. So I think a regular chicken sandwich is like $3.50, and for the longest time it was like $4.
That's not
at State Farm.
That's
and
solid.
now it's like 6, like it's like 6 like 6, like 10, 6.20.
That's still not that bad.
Yeah,
it's still not bad compared to like how much more. So whenever I'm at a Hawks game, it's definitely a chicken sandwich. I always get a chicken sandwich. But honestly, like I'm happy with just a hot dog. Like if I'm going to a game, I don't want to spend too much time just in line to get food.
Yeah,
because you might be stuck there for like a good 15, 20 minutes.
Like just they give out hot dogs everywhere. Like, let me just get one of those. Let me get some ketchup. Let me get a drink. My hunger is satisfied, and I can just like go back to watching the game. I don't want to like spend half the game just like waiting in line.
Yeah.
Because ultimately you're only there for what? The game's like 2.5, 3 hours. So
yeah, it's not too crazy typically.
Yeah. How about you, Kev? What would be your go-to stadium food?
I always like a classic. Like I like the nachos. I like the hot dogs. Usually just like beer, but something fried also. Like if you ever go to a stadium that has like,
they're showing it right now.
There you go. Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
The picture I'm talking about. You
Yeah.
get all $20.
Yep.
Okay. I'll tell you right
And the
now.
drinks have free refills too.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you buy the soft drink and it's good for the whole game. Yeah.
That one will probably cost $20 at MetLife.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's like $40.
Oh, at least. Yeah. Yeah, and it's like the soft drinks are unlimited refills too. So
yeah, it's insane. Like they really hit it out of the park with that.
Yeah.
Of a home run. He does not hit a home run.
Mason Rudolph unleashing the dragon. Yeah. Crookshank? Is that Dane Crookshank? Or is that some other Crookshank? Alec Crookshank?
Good question.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm not looking up the Steelers' fourth string.
To be honest, it's Aaron.
Aaron Crookshank. It's some Crookshank. Yeah.
Rookie out of Rutgers.
Out of Rutgers. Okay.
Nacho's a good choice though. It's just sometimes the portion size might be too small. That's like when I only
Yeah,
go play with nachos. Yeah.
that's true.
Man, I
Yeah.
remember when I went to Braves and Dodgers. It was game 1 of the NLCS in 2021, the World Series season. As come on, you have to complete that sack. I think it'll be a holding though.
It's a hold, yeah. Somebody pulled down one of the edge rushers. Didn't see who it was, but
And I remember, I was way up there, and the person sitting next to us, first he shows up
it's
late.
a face mask on the defense.
Ah,
How do you get a face mask when you're rushing the passer, man? What the hell?
wonderful.
There you go. Yeah. Oh, you face mask the quarterback and you don't even complete the sack.
You still didn't get him. Come
You
on.
still didn't complete the sack. Embarrassing.
that's nasty business.
I mean,
Yeah.
that pretty much sums up the game.
Yep.
But yeah, so basically, like, he was having a pretty good game up until this point too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Harris.
I don't blame these guys. They're trying to make a play, like just grab on for dear life. But you got to at least bring them down if you're going to grab the face mask.
So basically, we were like, the guys show up late. They show up in like the second, third inning, and then they immediately get up and like go to get food. And by the time they come back with food, it's literally the 8th inning. And it's like, you literally paid like this money for these tickets and you missed the first 8 innings, just like, showing up late and, just standing in line for food.
Yep.
They came back
out the whole experience.
Yeah, it's like this you came back with like a slice of pizza and like a drink, and it's like, was this really worth it?
Yeah, they probably spent like $150 on this experience, Oh man. Defense not acquitting themselves well. Clark Phillips still in the game. It's not a good sign.
It is not. Man, I remember the hype train was going for Clark Phillips, partly due to us, partly due to our coverage.
Yeah.
He did really well in camp.
He did. He's not in danger of losing his roster spot. That
No,
would be ridiculous. But
yeah, no, absolutely not. But I do not think that he will be the nickel corner anytime soon.
No, doesn't seem like it. So Darren Hall's out there.
No,
what a fall from grace. I feel like that's disrespectful to Darren Hall, honestly. Like, he deserves to at least be on the second string.
I don't know if he's making this.
I know he's not making the roster, but
he's been fairly good when he's played, albeit in limited opportunities. But like, to me, he's better than Cordell Armstrong.
Oh,
yes.
Look, man,
Yes.
I've never liked Cornell Armstrong's game. I'm sorry.
Just gonna disrespect
big
that man
corner
while
that
he's
did not know
injured.
how to jam.
Yeah. Oh, there's Mac Hollins in his glorious hair. Hey, the defense forces a punt right after I slandered them, too. Yeah, I should slander them more.
It was a drop by Dan Chisena over the middle, but yeah, we'll take what we can get at this point.
Yeah.
Running clock.
Beautiful fair catch by my son Zay Malone. So.
That was the proper play right there. If he let it bounce, it would have been inside the 5. Instead, we'll start inside the 10.
No, they're clearly trying to hide Zay Malone and get him on the practice squad. I think so. Because he didn't play at all. Like, they had everybody else playing ahead of him, and then he's just out here for some punts. Like, they're trying to sneak him on the squad. Yeah, that would be my guess. We'll see if it works.
It's still such a shame that Avery Williams is out for the year.
Yeah, that's so sad.
He was so dynamic, and he was a legit threat on what was saying.
Oh no, he was.
Yeah, it was third. Yeah.
Year,
just as a returner, like, I just feel like he always kind of creates something out of nothing.
Like, he had the highest punt return average.
Yeah, he did, and he was so good last year. I mean, people were sleeping on him, but.
And I think Arthur Smith utilized him pretty well.
Yeah.
There is the silver lining is I think that Godwin Igwebuike has looked really good, and I don't know if he would make the roster if Avery Williams wasn't hurt.
No, that's true. I mean, they're basically. I don't even think he would have been signed. I think they would have just been content to have Carlos Washington and have him take the preseason carries with Avery Williams and split it. But so maybe we the silver lining is we get to see Igwebuike out there and maybe
Igwebuike's looked good. Like Igwebuike's game, he has been really good.
Yeah. Like if he can get some blocking in front of him, he's fat, he's explosive, he gets to that second gear quick, and I think there somebody had pointed out that like Ryan Newsel and Kyle Hinton, maybe like the two best second string offensive linemen, got pulled after like a handful of snaps. So that's probably why the offensive line was just so bad tonight, is that the actual second string, like the two best guys on second string got pulled like almost immediately. So
yeah, it's like they didn't have to do any more evaluation.
Yeah.
Like they knew we could count these guys if injuries start piling up.
Yeah. All right. George Costanza has a question for Adnan with $2. Thank you so much, George. Says, Adnan, which is the bigger LOL cow? Trey Lance, Zion Williamson, or the 2023 Mets? Lol Mets never dies. Going to the World Series this year.
It's the Mets, bro. Like I actually think the 2022 Mets are like up there with them, even though they won like a franchise record. Like they had a 10.5 division lead over the Braves. They got chased down, and then they got knocked out in the wild card. They reload for this year. Now they're 23 games out of first.
Yeah.
See, well, watching the Mets is so entertaining. Like it's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. George says he's going to the World Series this year if the Braves make it. Probably Game 1. #chop on. So hey, it sounds like a good time.
Hey, I'm telling you, it's World Series or bust. Like if the Braves don't win the World Series, it's a failure. Because this may be the best Braves team of all time. Like I'm not even exaggerating.
Yeah, they seem really good. Yeah.
By advanced metrics, it's statistically the best team, the best offense in MLB history. And do you know how hard it is to be the best anything in MLB history? That sport's been going on for hundreds of years.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts. Seems like they just blast people typically in the first and second inning with like 7 runs, and then they just coast the rest of the way. So.
They're so good. Other fan bases are convinced that they're cheating. Like they just have no explanation, so they're just convinced that they're just cheating.
They're so good, it's like they're cheating. But it's just cheating to assemble a roster that good.
I mean that's another theory. Because everyone just keeps taking less money. Man, the Braves are run so well.
I can feel the Falcons hate coming. Yeah.
About
to get some slander. Yeah. Why can't the Falcons do that? Yeah. I could feel it. I could feel it coming.
It's kind of ridiculous, just like how much like better the Braves are, like everything.
Yeah. I mean, they're
juggernaut.
Braves are pretty great. Yeah, Braves are pretty great.
It does feel good rooting for a team where like you are the distinct favorite for once, over like always cheering on the underdog. It's a lot more fun.
Yeah. I think I could get behind the Falcons not being an underdog for once. That'd be cool. I mean, it was definitely cool in like 2016 where they were like legitimately the best offense. It like wasn't close. So that was fun when that lasted. But
the thing is, even the psychological aspect of it in 2016, the Falcons were, obviously the best team up until the second half of the Super Bowl. But even going into those games, they weren't the odds-on favorite. Like they weren't the like distinct favorites in any of those games.
Yeah.
There's some question marks in that Seattle game. I think some people actually, I think the majority of media chose the Packers to win that NFC title game. Like with the Braves, it's like you're going into it, and everyone's like, "Yeah, no, they're gonna fuck us."
Yeah, we're done. Yeah, we have no chance. Basically, it's just like you hope that you're playing the Braves. I guess when they're resting their starting pitcher or something.
No, they don't rest anyone. Like that's the other thing. Everyone plays every single game.
Yeah.
No, that's how it should. It's back. It's a throwback to when men were men.
let me back in my day.
Yeah. Let me not get in trouble with comments.
There you go. Yeah.
Now we got 3rd and 3, 11 personnel. Oh no, wait, they're putting Fitzpatrick inside.
Oh my gosh. Then just that terrible drop.
Oh, come on. Woodside had all day, too. He found the guy. He found the open receiver. Who was that who dropped it? Oh, they're going.
82.
No, it was Keelan Harris dropped it.
Yeah, Keelan. Zay Malone was running behind him.
Zay Malone was running right behind him, yeah. Should have just gone deeper to Zay Malone. Zay Malone would have caught that ball.
Yeah, you really are staying for him.
Zay Malone wouldn't disappoint me.
Malone was pretty open there, actually.
He was, yeah. I mean,
that's what happens when you get like 6 seconds in the pocket.
Yeah. Oh, and there's you go. Ball start on 4th and 3.
Oh, perfect.
Woodside is so pissed. Yeah. Woodside's so pissed.
Oh yeah, you know how angry that man can get too.
Yeah. And then and then they're pulling offense off the field. So.
Was that Javon Gwynn?
Yep.
Oh yeah, it was.
Yep.
That's all it takes.
Yeah.
It's a
and Arthur
slight
Smith is like, nope, you don't get to go for it. Yep. Oh man, this is a real turd. Look at Mike Abernathy flying down there as a gunner.
Hey, Mike Abernathy. I remember when he picked off Ritter on training camp day 1, and everyone just lost their mind.
I remember, yeah. Good times, good times. Things were simpler then.
Back in my day, you didn't have this app, you didn't have this type of trend. Like, you spend enough time with older people, they'll let you know about it.
Oh man. Apparently there's gonna be a One Piece movie for manga fans.
What pick are you guys in your fantasy leagues?
What pick am I?
Or what picks are you in your fantasy leagues? I know you rigged it and gave yourself the first pick in our league.
I did, yeah, obviously. I guess the second year in a row I got the first pick in that league too. It's funny.
I think I had the first pick last year, actually.
Maybe you did, yeah. I know in one of these leagues I had it, but
I'm sitting at 6 and 10.
Yeah, I think in my dynasty league I was 10 in a 12 team. In one of these leagues I'm number 1. In one I'm 3. One I'm 5. And I think I'm 3 in another one too.
Oh, Alan, it's your turn to pick in our league, by the way.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, we'll do this live.
There's a bit of a wait.
Talk me through your process. Yeah.
I hope Daniel is around, so like to do it quickly so that Kevin can get both of his live. And
yeah, there you go. I can talk you guys through my process, my deep sleepers.
Alan, I swear to God, if you take my guy, like there is one guy that I'm waiting that I just need to be there in the next round.
You got a ways to go, Adnan.
I know it's a gamble, but I think it's a worthwhile gamble. I was wondering if I should take him like now, which I maybe should, but I saw the tight end run, and I really, really like Darren Waller this year.
Yeah, everybody wants Darren Waller. Yeah,
even though he is a guy that is like he's been injury prone.
Yeah.
My last 3 picks are all pretty injury prone. If they stay healthy, I really like my team.
Yeah, you got that. What you got?
Right,
Waller, Allen, Tua, and Saquon with all injury.
A bit of a risk here, but I'm going with Scary Terry. I think he'll get healthy
already.
Yeah, I love Terry McLaurin. I took him in my dynasty league. I just hope he's healthy. Yeah, if he's healthy, he'll be great. But
the turf toe going into season is a bit of a concern, but I feel like he's played injured before. He's been productive under the worst circumstances, so I think it's good value in the 6th round.
You're not worried about Jahan Dotson?
The red zone, yeah, but I just feel like McLaurin's a machine when it comes to getting open.
Yeah,
and
I mean they're both going to be good.
We also have to take into account Eric Bieniemy. He's never been under an offensive coordinator like this.
McLaurin's maybe the most underrated receiver in the league. It's just because he's in Washington and no one really cares over there. Or no one really cares. But
yeah, I had really hoped that he would get out of there. Then he'd have a chance to.
He got paid. He
got paid, but
Yeah.
He cooked the Falcons. Shit.
He did.
He's a Falcons killer.
Yeah.
So is Taylor Heineke.
Yeah.
If we can just
from the
sign all the
Falcons
Falcons
schedule.
killers, yeah.
And the Falcons could really go 6-0 to start the season. And
Man,
I'm so intrigued by that London game.
I do not know for beating the Jaguars in London.
Yeah, that's
That's a tall order. That's a tall order for sure.
It'll be really fun waking up at 9:30 and watching that game.
Oh,
Yeah.
eating pancakes. So
Just eating pancakes.
I remember eating pancakes and watching Steven Jackson score 2 touchdowns. Oh, I was so excited.
Yeah.
I don't envy the California people.
No, that's
that's
Wake up at 6:30 for that London game.
That's a sacrifice. Like even on the West Coast last year, what was it? Broncos Jaguars, which was a disgusting London game, and like Denver fans had to wake up to go watch Russell Wilson in the offense.
Yeah.
They better fucking win week 1. Like that's I genuinely think this is. Oh, is that a flag? No.
I can't believe that's not a flag. I really thought that would be a flag.
Mason Rudolph can't believe it either.
Falcons haven't won a week 1 since 2017, correct?
Yep,
correct.
That's right.
The Falcons haven't been above 500 at any point since 2017. I'm literally going to argue that this is one of the most important week 1s in franchise history.
I agree with that.
They really they should pummel this Panthers team, right?
I
come on.
I don't know about pummel, but win decisively. How about that?
Yeah.
Look, I just want to win. What are you doing, Zay?
He should have caught that shit. I don't know why he didn't catch that. He was out of position. That's why.
He just pulled it.
It was
pulled the Dominique Franks.
Look, I just need a win. Like it can be by a field goal. It can be by a point. Like this team psychologically needs to get above 500. Like it has to get above. You're playing week 1 at home against Bryce Young, who is making his first ever start. A terrible Panthers offensive line. I think they have like 2 healthy wide receivers on that entire roster. Like you have to win a week. If this team loses week 1 after all this hype, it's just going to be that mentality of, oh, here we go again.
Yeah. They'll be in big trouble if they lose week 1. Like the
Genuinely,
fangs are going to come out.
Most important week 1 in so long.
Yeah. So
it's going to be a grind. Like, because look, Carolina, I think, has a top 10 caliber defense, but they are so lacking when it comes to the skill position players. Like, Adam Thielen can't really get open anymore. DJ Chark might be due for 2 plays a game.
And he's hurt. So is Terrace
and
Marshall.
He's hurt again. Chenault's like a gadget guy at this point. So
he's concussed.
What they have? Oh, he's concussed.
Yeah.
People, sorry, I've been look, man. I gotta do more research.
That's what I'm saying. It's like you got Shy Smith starting. Like,
wow.
Like Adam Thielen is over the hill. Adam Thielen's been over the hill for a while.
I love Adam Thielen, but he was down like 10 yards per catch last year.
I like Mingo, but this is also his first ever game. Like this team, I'm not a Miles Sanders believer. I'm sorry. I think he was made by that offensive line in Philadelphia.
I couldn't agree more with you.
Yeah.
Like his decision making at times is just mind-blowing, and he's prone to fumbles. I never see the running back run for 1,200 yards, but make so many mistakes. Like there was a point where I thought he might have got benched last year.
Yeah.
But he had a couple of monsters.
I don't think they would have missed a beat if they benched him last year.
Analytics hated Miles Sanders. All the advanced stats say he's not very good. So I think that was a big overpay.
Yeah, bad contract. And look, he's a decent contributing player, but like you can't rely on Hayden Hurst to be one of your main pass catchers. You just can't. He's gonna leave a lot to be desired.
Remember when we gave a second rounder for Hayden Hurst?
I mean, I was gonna try to bring that up.
How could I forget?
Yeah. That was not Arthur Smith, or excuse me, Thomas Dimitrov just like completely pissed away that amazing trade that he made, giving Sanu for a second rounder, fleecing the Patriots. And it's like, oh, we'll just let
Hooper walk and trade for Hayden Hurst and all will be well.
And then we didn't even capitalize on that comp pick that we would have gotten for Hooper because we signed Dante Fowler.
There you go. Oh my God.
Man. Oh, here we go. Here's man, Arthur Smith, babyface assassin to creep.
I like the
mustache.
Creepy
look. I
uncle,
like
yeah.
the mustache look.
Like, dude, he looks like Big Cat. Like, not to bring up Barstool, but he really looks like Big Cat.
He does kind of. You're right.
I'm a fan of the mustache.
Yeah.
Although, guys, we are going back on our word. We're not doing the mustache. We make
Yeah, we're
the
not gonna
playoffs.
do the mustache thing. Yeah. I had it vetoed for me, unfortunately. So.
I was in that all or nothing mentality. Either we were all doing it or none of us
Oh,
were
hey, look,
doing
it's
it.
Matt Haley. He's rocking the mustache too.
Is he really?
Like,
Yeah.
look, what? That's a sick stash for Matt Haley.
Coming out of nowhere with the stash.
Yeah, shit.
Damn,
It's
I didn't even recognize
Eagle
it.
bar like that. Shit.
All right.
That's nice. Oh, come on. Keep this up.
Falcons just
Keep
really struggling to get this first down. We gotta
Hey,
keep this clock running.
I'm Carlos Washington taking what I think will be his last few carries as a Falcon. I do not think we'll beat out Godwin a week. There was no need for me to say that. No.
Just
There was
burying
literally
this
no
man
need for me to, like,
in his last preseason game, just burying him.
Bro, look, he did fumble at like inside the
You're
5.
right. Yeah, I mean that did happen.
One of the biggest no-nos.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he just got crushed on 4th and 1. That wasn't his fault. That was not his fault. That just got dick right there.
Yeah. Oof.
Yeah, we're getting shut out. Sorry guys. Sorry to break
we're
it.
getting shut out. Yeah.
We're getting shut out.
Yeah. Well, these guys can't do anything. So.
Oh, man. Tomorrow's not Saturday.
Yeah, I'm devastated by that.
Oh, the draft paused.
Yeah, pauses at 10 p.m. every night.
Yeah, it pauses at 10. You can still draft though if it's your turn.
Okay.
Yeah, so if Daniel can get his pick in the next 5 or so minutes, we can get a double Kevin pick.
There you go.
And Daniel will get his pick in again, and then we'll get another Allen pick.
Yep.
Man, taking Russell Wilson. Oh, you're just.
All right, yeah. Like, can we talk about Daniel not picking a single quarterback in the first 4 rounds?
He told me when I talked to him last night on the show that he didn't realize it was super flex until the 3rd round. And then he was like, well, I just need to lean into this now. I'm just going to lean into this and just not take any quarterbacks.
Was he not questioning why everyone was taking a quarterback in
Maybe
the
he
first
just
round?
thought we all sucked. I don't know. He's just like, oh, these guys suck.
Hey, guys, I'll confess, I thought legitimately the same thing last year.
I mean, you made the
but
finals.
it ended up working out well for you.
I won the
you won
finals.
the whole thing.
Yeah.
So my strategy,
because a lot of quarterbacks got hurt. Yeah.
So I just stashed my team up. I think the McCaffrey trade really helped me as well.
Yeah.
And I think I also had Daniel Jones, which benefited me. Like Daniel Jones, I took a chance on him, and he ended up being borderline top 10.
Man, my second quarterback was ass last year. I forget who it was, but I ended up having to start Kenny Pickett down the stretch.
Oh man.
And it's like, yeah, I know that was really rough.
Yeah, that's pretty rough.
No, I learned my lesson this year. I am honestly, I'm going to take one more quarterback, not right away, but eventually.
Yeah.
So I just want what's the best strategy with Superflex when it comes to knowing when you want to take that second quarterback. Because obviously you're going to take a first quarterback high, but when you pull the trigger on the second one. My
mentality was, all right, I want the second one. Oh yeah, I remember. I took Fields last year, but I cut him.
Yeah.
Because he started out really bad. He didn't it was really bad. And then I'm like, all right, Fields is a bust. And then as soon as I cut him, he started running for all those yards. Fuck that idiot.
Yep.
God.
Man.
Yeah, so with that Lions game, he was putting up at one point 40, 50 points for a good month.
Yeah, eventually after he was off my team.
Yeah. Oof.
But I always like getting the second quarterback. I mean, always. This is the second time I'm ever doing a super flex league. The first time being last year. I also hate doing PPR. My stance on PPR is very firm. But I wanted to get the second one within 4 rounds because I think there's a drop off after a certain tier.
There is. I mean, it's sort of just whenever it lines up well. on the board. But if a really good one falls to the second round, I'll just double up. But otherwise, I won't push it, and just typically get one in that 3 to 5 round range. But it's just so volatile because you can have just 7 go off the board in one round. And it's like, oh,
Dude,
well,
That's
now
what
I'm
happened
screwed.
this
Yeah,
time.
that's just literally what happened. Yeah, it's like, oh, now I'm screwed. So
8 went off the board in the first round, and then
yeah.
everyone decided to get their skill position guys in the second.
Mm-hmm.
oh, here we go. Mustache Mania.
Oh yeah, everybody's got mustaches on now.
Mustache.
I don't have to put a fake one on. Okay, got a real one. Yeah.
There you go.
I also
Yeah,
have
I'm
the
just always
rest.
curious about the approach when it comes to Superflex.
I
Yeah,
don't know. That Superflex is dumb, personally. I'm
It's-
just being honest. But
I think it's you have to do it because of how everyone was literally people were just not drafting quarterbacks. It was you would have people just stream quarterbacks, and that's just so ridiculous on its face. It just ruined the quarterback position that people were just going so far into the value where they were just streaming quarterbacks every week.
and that worked a decade ago, but I will easily argue that last season, having one of the top 3 quarterbacks was a game changer.
Yeah,
it was. The quarterback position has changed to the point where now it's there is a legitimate top tier of quarterbacks worth taking the first 3 rounds. And then after that, it's the drop. Oh, Boswell misses.
Is that even
Had
possible?
plenty of leg, but goes wide left.
Yeah.
I see a lot of yellow shirts in the crowd.
Oh yeah, you do.
I mean, all the Falcons fans, if there were any there, are long gone.
I definitely think the quarterback position has evolved now to the point where there's 2 firm tiers, and if you don't take a quarterback in those first 2 tiers, if you're trying to stream quarterbacks, you're I don't want to say screwed, but you better have made the right picks with those skill position guys in those first few rounds.
Yeah, no, I think it has evolved. I think Superflex is a good, because I think 2 QB is too rigid, because in 2 QB it's so easy to just get screwed, where if 3 or 4 quarterback injuries happen, there just will be no quarterbacks on the waiver wire, period.
And there's no quarterbacks on the waiver wire last year.
Right, but in Superflex you can always play somebody else. Wow. Strip sack, Logan Woodside.
Who got beat
and he's
there?
hurt too, I think. Yeah. Oh yeah, they fucked up his arm.
Is that Tyler Vrabel?
I think so.
I think Tyler Vrabel got fucked on that play. Excuse my language, but I mean I've been using it all night.
Yeah.
Or Logan Woodside.
No, it wasn't Tyler Vrabel. It was 69, Barry Wesley. Excuse me. Sorry, Tyler Vrabel, for the slander.
Yeah, apologies, Tyler Vrabel. Vrabel 73. Yeah.
Yeah, Logan Woodside's hurt.
Oh, God, that arm. Ooh, that arm.
Yeah,
bent.
he's going to Yeah,
Ah.
that is so stupid to happen in the 3 minutes
The
left in the
final
fourth
minutes,
quarter
yeah,
of the
that's-
preseason game.
Man,
He's
that's
seriously hurt. Yeah, they're messing with his elbow. Yep, so that's probably a UCL injury.
That's rough.
Yeah, that sucks.
Quarterbacks are
Just
just so
absolutely
focused on
brutal.
releasing the ball.
I feel really bad for Logan Woodside because he had a good camp, man. He's had a good preseason. And I mean tonight, what happened tonight so far, it wasn't his fault. This beatdown isn't his fault.
No, I mean he got them into the freaking red zone and Washington fumbled it away. he
I
had a couple drives, yeah.
I just hate a shitty rep from a left tackle. Just now we'll shelf him.
Yeah. They're out there with the 4th string offensive line, just sucks.
You guys instill some faith into the fan base.
I
By any means.
I definitely think we will get a report of Woodside going on IR. Just so that they can sort of preserve him for next season, maybe, if this injury is serious enough. And I mean, he'll definitely be back next year.
Yeah.
Well, he's flexing his arm a little bit. Maybe.
Yeah. Hopefully it's okay.
How does it look?
Obviously. It just he looks very uncomfortable. Yeah, Arthur Smith's coming over to talk to these guys. So.
We are at the 2-minute warning. Can we just take a couple knees?
Okay, can we just like phone it in? Yeah. Can we sim? Can we super sim the rest of this this quarter here?
Always a good option.
I don't need to see any more.
Yeah.
I would have super simmed at halftime, honestly.
We were talking positions before. I do want to mention though, I don't know what the ceiling is for it, but I think corner is more interesting than it's been in a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if Oguda can get back soon, which I
Yeah.
mean, he should be back early in the season, if not week 1.
I just think they could go like 5 or 6 deep at corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's been some really strong. There's been some strong corner play. I know he hasn't had the best night, but Breon Borders has looked really good. My guy Natrone Brooks, he's looked really good so far. Also didn't have the best night, but you know, what can you do?
Yeah.
What
can you do?
And that's in addition to Clark Phillips. Mike Hughes is there. D. Alford. Corner's looking good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if they've. I don't know. What would they do a quarterback here if they got the ball back? Because I don't think they want to throw Taylor Heineke out there. I mean, I'm sure they just kneel the ball. They'd probably just throw Heineke out there just to kneel it.
Yeah. Excuse me. That was David Bassey, not Matt Haley. So if you were thinking that was Matt Haley, that was incorrect.
Oh.
All these Falcons comms people, you know, they blend together right now. I'm just kidding. I love you guys.
I just always Matt Haley just got the baby face.
He does, yeah.
But
I should have
friendly guy.
corrected myself earlier. 'Cause
Yeah.
they don't really look anything alike, so I should have known better.
The Colts have rejected a trade offer for Jonathan Taylor by the Dolphins.
Well, I'm guessing the Dolphins were like, "We'll give you like a 4th."
As of Thursday morning, no team was believed to have met the Colts' request for a first rounder.
Yeah, no kidding.
Terrible.
Yeah, no, the Colts aren't serious about trading him. They're not.
Yeah, wait. Donald Trump is listed as 6'3", 215.
Yeah,
that is
everyone's joking about
wild.
that. Yeah, everyone's like, "Oh yeah, he's Lamar Jackson." Yeah.
There is
Who, by
no
the way,
way
has the same measurements.
215, bro.
It's
No,
at least
he's-
50 pounds he's gonna fall.
Bro,
I think he's more like 5'10", 263. Yeah.
man, he's definitely tall. He's
No,
definitely
he's not
6'6".
short. I think he's like
But it's
6
like-
footish. Yeah.
200. I could have sworn he'd be like.
There's a
200.
0% chance he weighs 215 pounds. It's more like 300.
Bro, there is no way that this is right.
I think.
You
I guess you
put
just. I guess they just let you write down anything you want. I mean, like.
There's they were taking betting odds on it. Like some of the like actual like sports books were taking actual odds.
Yeah. You can
If
bet on
they-
anything
if-
these days. Yeah.
Those sports books, they see any opportunity that could relate to competition or guessing or trivia, they're just gonna jump on it.
Run this clock, run this clock, run this clock, run this clock. All
For
right.
the love of God. They're gonna give Boswell redemption here, maybe. Give him another shot at the. Oh
fourth
God,
down.
they took a timeout.
Why are we taking a
Why are we taking a timeout? It's 24-0. Throw
Come
the
on, we'll
damn
do it.
towel. Throw the damn towel. Adnan just like left. He's like, I'm done. I'm out of here.
Man, the preseason grind.
He's just like, I'm done. This is ridiculous.
He's just
I mean,
like
it
he's just
is.
like I need to make my picks on sleeper.
Yeah, I'm done. I gotta go make some fantasy picks. We're done.
Also, so this is NFL Plus they're promoting. I gotta really dive into that. But overall,
It's-
would you say you're satisfied?
You know, not really.
Okay. So you gotta do more out of necessity.
Yeah. No, I
I
mean,
mean, with
it's
your film,
last
with
year
your
it
film,
was-
wow, for your film breakdowns in particular.
it's
All right.
necessary, but like, yeah, I mean,
Legitimately, I am in a bit of a rush, so I will have to leave you guys.
okay, that's fine.
No
Later.
worries, man.
All right, yeah, no, legitimately, I do have to go. I will.
No worries, man. Have a
I'll
good
see you
one.
guys in the Discord and in the group chat or in the
Yes.
fantasy draft. See you
Thank
guys.
you for enduring this with us, Adnan. Thank you. Yeah. Yes. But no, I mean, it's oh, look at what says back out there. So it's wild. I'm sorry. What was the question?
NFL Plus.
Oh yeah, yeah. last year it was bad. Like it was barely functional for much of the season. And then now it was a little bit better. It just took them so long to get the all 22 up. Like it would be like Tuesday and it still wasn't up some days, some weeks. And it's like, I can't deal with that. Like that's way too long.
I'd be pissed. Like, say if there's a Monday, say if you play Sunday 1 o'clock. If that game's not up by Monday 8 o'clock, I find that to be outrageous.
Yeah, so I'm hoping it'll be better this year. Yeah, some days it would not be up like Tuesday. Now it wasn't frequent, but like it happened a couple times and it was super annoying.
Tuesdays you should get when the Monday Night Football game. Was. Yeah.
So I think it'll be better this year. It was pretty inconsistent last year, and they just sort of made the functionality like much worse than Game Pass. I think they made it a lot more difficult to work with to fight people using it for videos personally. Like they just put a bunch of watermarks everywhere. They made the player very unresponsive to try to make it difficult for people to screen cap it, and that's my opinion. And you know, it is what it is. It's the only place you can get all 22. So, you know, for that reason, it's still worth it. But yeah, I just hope they get the stuff up a lot faster.
Yeah, that's all you can really hope for. It's just so disappointing that with how much technology has grown and you see so many cool services, how did this significantly downgrade?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like intentional. Like they intentionally made the product worse to make it more difficult for people to make videos with it. But, you know, that's just speculation on my part. But, you know, I wouldn't put it past them, I guess, is what I would say.
Right. But it's still the resource and you gotta
it sort of is what it is.
You have patience, which is very hard to do.
Yeah. But I'm really excited to see what Sunday Ticket's like on YouTube TV because I love YouTube TV. It's been
same.
I love YouTube TV. It's way better than my cable and like $100 a month cheaper. So I'm so happy that that's no longer on DirecTV's just god awful platform.
Yeah. Did you get that deal before June?
Yeah, because I was already a YouTube TV subscriber, so I got it cheap. Yeah. So yeah, I think it'll be much better on YouTube TV. And now anyone can buy it. Before you had to buy satellite or live in like very limited areas to even get Sunday Ticket, and it's like, man, you are just throwing money away. Like you are just saying no, you can't buy our stuff. Like I won't let you. Like nobody wants satellite. Satellite's dead. Like who's buying satellite in the year of our Lord 2023? So there's the end of this game.
I have no idea.
Look at Woodside taking a sack, and that'll be it. So
yeah, I would just use the word efficiency when it comes to like things like this. It's just make it easy for the consumer. Give them the resources where they could find what they want to watch. But I'm still flabbergasted by NFL Plus being so difficult to use.
Yeah, it was not good last year. So I hope that it'll be better this year. That's
and I think they will want to listen to feedback.
Yeah. So I mean, I was pretty jaded by it, but it did get better as the season went on. It started to come out faster. But yeah, it should be better. Like for all the reasons you said, like there's no reason it shouldn't be more functional. It shouldn't come out faster. You should be able to search for players. You should be able to search for plays. It should be easier to access. Should come out faster. Considering how like in demand it is too. It's not like some niche product. So I hope they do the right thing. Yeah.
And they put legitimate advertising behind it. Like they're doing during games. They got commercials, promos. Like this is just some little rinky-dink thing. This is something that they want people invested in.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. Well, Alan,
we're gonna call here.
I apologize that we didn't have you here for a better preseason game.
Hey, that's on me, man. I'm the one that booked a vacation during preseason, so that was the time we could go.
To be fair, it sounds like it was a great vacation, so I think it was definitely worthwhile.
Yeah, and we can let the people know that for if not every week, at least most weeks, I will be joining you on post-game shows starting September 10th. So, we're gonna be locked in for that. Very excited for that because whether it's wins or losses, there's always stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
Whether it's in celebration or just pure ranting, and based on last season, we had our fair share of games where we had to cover afterwards, and we were wondering what the hell just happened.
Yeah. So I hope
in particular the Chargers game.
Yeah,
That Chargers game was the one I really, really just
Yeah, that one. I'm just no question about it. I'm ready to get hurt again. So here we go.
That's the message we're using.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. And we were talking about the Jaguars game before, so we would do a post-game show, what, like 12:30?
Yeah, that'd be like a reasonable hour.
Yeah,
the whole
like
day
right
ahead
before
of us.
right before lunch. Right
Yeah.
before like all the the whole huge slate. So
Yeah.
so for listeners, that's probably the most you'll see me on when it comes to podcasts here. I'm from I might pop up on a Tuesday show here or there, but for the most part, Kevin and I will get into the flow of post-game show. But
it'd be fun.
But you keep doing your thing, man. You're doing 4 shows this season.
Yep.
So you're going to be dishing out the content, not daily, but you're going to make sure everyone's satisfied, from the post-game reviews to the analysis to just like the midweek show, and then the previews. So we got everyone covered.
Oh yeah, we will have plenty of content. I know some people do daily shows. Like, shout out to Aaron Freeman, but I think most people
Aaron's gotten 3 shout-outs on the show. Damn it.
Yeah, no, it's just like that. That's tough work. Don't get me wrong, but I just don't see the point in doing more than 4. I feel like how many people even listen to 3 podcasts a week? There's definitely some that will listen to all 4 shows and thank you, please do listen to all 4 shows. But I think 4 is enough for all of us. So
because we might make some jokes, we might mock you, but ultimately, like, the true devoted fans, like, you're helping us. So huge kudos to you for having interest in not just us but also the team, because you could support us, but if you're not into the team, like, you're just gonna probably retweet or like, but no, you're actually clicking the download button, you're listening for 30 minutes or an hour. So it's that type of support. People like to make fun of diehard fans sometimes, but no, like, the diehard fans, we love you the most because you're the ones checking out the content.
Yeah, you guys are the ones that make this happen.
Falcoholic,
and
you support for the most part. They support during the grueling times, the times where the team's 5-9 and they got Christmas Eve game against Baltimore where they score 7 points and they're still checking out the content.
Yeah, they're still clicking. Even more of you guys watch the shows after a loss, so Yeah. Hopefully we can fix those numbers this year. But it'll be because everyone's so excited about the team and not, checked out in week 10 because of Marcus Mariota.
Right.
So, yeah.
And I think the biggest reward would be doing shows in mid-January about a team that's still currently playing.
Yes.
Oh,
let's just win week 1. Let's start there. Yeah, that's
up to you. Do you, man? Take a baby steps.
Let's do that. I want to get that dub and get to a winning record for the first time since 2017. That would be great if we could do that.
And then just look at Adnan's Twitter.
Yeah, there you go. He's just the big time hater. So
yeah. Well, all right, man. Wrap this up. We gave a lot of inspirational talk at the end.
Yes. We'll end on a high note here, guys. Thank you so much. We won't linger on the outcome of this game because the outcome of this game does not matter in the slightest. So we'll have more content for you. Next week will be a slow week for the show. It's like a kind of take the week off before the season. But of course, in week 1, we will be coming at you. I guess it'll be technically 3 shows because the Tuesday show is going to be like a game recap and there's no game to recap. So we'll have 3 shows for you week 1, starting with that Falcoholic Live on Wednesday night. And we'll have a cool game preview show with you. Have a Panthers guest here for that. And of course, we'll have the post game live shows, which I think are everyone's favorite. Hopefully they'll be less depressing this year. That's my goal. More exciting, less depressing. We'll start there and we'll go up and we'll keep climbing. But
that's
thanks
the motto.
Again. Yes, keep climbing. It's like keep pounding, but better. So
way better to keep pounding.
Yeah, to keep pounding. There's a lot of connotations that we're not going to get into, so we'll just leave that. We'll leave that for another. We'll save that for the connotations pod coming next offseason. But guys, Allen Strk, he's at Allen Strk. Thanks again, Allen, for pitching in tonight on this, watch party. I don't really know how to describe it
Thursday night.
Yeah, Thursday night watch party. The only primetime thing we're going to cover all year. So, unless we get flexed, yeah. So,
Falcons just December Sunday night. Let's have hope.
Yeah, we got it. Yeah, there's a chance, right? There's a chance. Maybe a
Team
little
might be
bit.
8-4. You know they're looking for every opportunity to play Aaron Rodgers on national television.
Yep.
So
Yep. The Falcons just have to have a pulse, and we'll get it done.
Yeah.
So.
but all right, man. Have a good night.
Thank you. Thank you, Alan. Guys, thank you for tuning in, everyone. Kevin Knight at Falcoholic Kevin. Like, subscribe on YouTube. Leave us that 5-star review on your podcast platform of choice. Like I said, we'll be back week 1 for those sweet, sweet takes. Until then, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time on the Falcoholic Live.